sit back and relax. It's time for your daily dose of Big D energy.
And welcome to Big D Energy.
Big D!
Right here on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in once again for Neal Rule. He will be back tomorrow, though, so if you don't like me, don't worry about it. Neal will be here. That is Darren McCarty. That is Spencer Raxter.
Hello.
And I've already forgot your name.
New guy Kenny.
New guy
That's
Kenny,
New guy
NGK.
Kenny in the booth.
Yeah. Do we refer to him as New Guy Kenny?
Yeah, absolutely.
At what status does New Guy fall off? Or is that
Everybody's been asking that.
Until we get a newer guy.
Listen,
Okay,
until
until you
we
get a
get a
newer-
wrestling show.
Yes, I'm all in
Kenny and
agreement
I
with
are
that.
chopping wrestling. For anybody who wanted, we are excited about CM Punk and Seth Rollins facing off WWE. So when he gets arrested, I call him Wrestling Kenny.
There we go.
Hey, I'm with it.
All right.
boy.
Well, welcome, Kenny.
Welcome, bud.
Glad to have you in the sound booth today. Old Cotton Hands Gentry wasn't feeling well today, so he's taking the day off.
Surprise.
Softness bled into his heart.
Yes. You know how I know it's going to be a good day, D-Mac? I got a parking spot right out front. Like, isn't that the best when you're pulling in right off of Woodward and you see someone backing out of the spot that's close here?
Well, you know what? Just to
nice.
combat that.
Yeah.
Right, because we all know when we work here, the prime real estate for the free parking is across the road on the side streets, at Speedway or whatever.
Yep.
So when I was driving down, looking to do the flyby for that
Yep.
parking spot you're talking about right out front, but there was one, and it's probably because Neal wasn't here. It's usually where he parks, but it was open, so I swung back around, and delightful day to begin with.
Yeah, parking is at a priority here in Birmingham, and another good reason why it's a good day. D-Mac, congratulations, becoming a grandpa, baby.
Did you get that picture,
I
Spenny?
did, yeah.
Yeah, this morning, or actually last night, that is rider Jeffrey Jaskolski.
Hell yeah.
I made life that made life. So my grandson couldn't be happier. What's really cool is my great grandmother on my mom's side. Her birthday was December 12th, and my cousin Trevor's birthday was December 13th. So Ryder shares a birthday with my cousin Trevor. It's just sort of, as being the grandsons in the family, there's something to it. So to have the first boy, and I was the first boy grandchild. My son Griffin was too in the family. So welcome to the world, Ryder, and
Yeah.
we'll see. Spenny, you would appreciate this. One of the retweets I got was from hockeyfights.com. So shout out to Dan, hockeyfights.com. I said, give me 18 years and we'll see what he's got.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, I was about to say, is he the next hockey or wrestling prodigy?
I mean,
you know, Kenny, right now, honestly, right now, I'll probably lean this kid towards wrestling.
Hey.
More than towards hockey.
More money.
Well, I mean, there's that, but just he's got some in both ways.
the kid was cut.
Like anything
Did you
else,
see
the
how
kid
ripped
can
that
do what
kid's,
he wants.
like his
Yeah.
right arm? Did you
Already.
see his? Throw that picture up again. Look at.
We want
Look
that
at your
left.
grandson's right arm.
We're gonna work on that left. We're gonna tie that right arm behind his back.
jacked.
We're gonna work on that left-handed relief pitcher. So
What was he
maybe he'll
doing
be a
in the
baseball
womb?
player.
Was he like bench pressing in the womb?
Coming out of the womb, baby? You know,
Next WWE champion.
we do
Right.
it differently.
Well,
we do it differently. So
Yeah, Roman Reigns is just going to be the champ for 18 more years.
Right.
So he's ready to go.
there it is. We'll wait and see. And so thank you to everybody for all the
Grandpa Dean,
congratulations to Jackson, my daughter Emerson, and yeah, I mean the circle of life, as they say.
Yeah, it's cool that you
I feel
have
like
the.
Mufasa right now.
It's cool that you had the grandparent birthday thing, because that may happen to me. My daughter's due February 6th, and my grandma's birthday was February 2nd.
Yeah.
So it could work out that way. It's weird how life works out like that, isn't it, D-Man?
Isn't it? And if you look back to that way, so you know what? Another. Hey, we just add another Lions Red Wing fan to the mix.
There we go.
Yeah.
There we go. So, Spenny, you put together, I love when you put on the titles for what we're going to talk about today. Pistons dropped 21 in a row.
Yeah.
We could talk about that.
Let's go.
Yeah, it was a hell of a game last night, over from the jump. Draymond suspended indefinitely.
Yeah.
We were discussing yesterday how many games. I thought 5. What do you think?
I said around that, yeah.
D-Mac, and now it's indefinitely.
He has to take therapy. He has to do therapy, like court-ordered therapy by the NBA before he can come back.
Well, the
So-
conversation around it, right? Because this says not this, right? We can all agree with is deeper than basketball. Do you remember at the beginning of the season he sat down with, was it Deepak Chopra, or there's something going on where he sat down to try to get, I guess, into the emotional, mental side or whatever. It didn't work.
Yeah.
It didn't work at all.
He needs to hang out with Aaron Rodgers and go shove whatever he does up his enema and sit in a hot tent.
Is this not one of those things that it's finally the NBA said at, and Adam Silver more or less, enough's enough?
I gotta be honest, I'm not one of those guys, enough's enough, but when it happened and I was watching it live, I'm like, Jesus, what?
It's his second offense within a month.
And what's wrong with you? Like, what's wrong with you? That I get action when it's needed, right?
Self-defense.
But stuff like that,
Self-defense.
self-defense. Yeah, when your back's turned to the guy and nothing's
Free
happening,
day.
you just turn.
Free day.
And then to act like you didn't mean to do it, when you could literally watch the video, and you see him look out of the corner of his eye and not cold cock. What would you call that?
It was a backhand.
A backhand?
It was
Yeah.
a flail.
It was
like a spinning back
flailing.
fist in UFC.
Self-defense.
It was a wailing dervish. It was a
wailing
flail.
He shouldn't have been near him. Sabonis shouldn't have been under him when he was stomping on his chest.
Yeah, it happens.
Jordan Poole shouldn't have been in front of him when he was, shadow boxing. Draymond did nothing wrong. Free him.
Well, you see, he's going to catch up with Rasheed Wallace for career ejections.
Yeah.
He's almost
He's going
there.
for the
I
record.
think he's got what?
8, I think.
So
No,
did they
8
say
to catch Rasheed?
did
He'll
they
eclipse
say
that.
suspended indefinitely without pay?
I didn't
You
see
better
that
look
part.
into that, because I think he's going to get paid
Yeah.
while he's off, so that this will slide through the Players Association. But look into that. He might get fined a certain amount or fined for a certain amount of games, but I can't see them. This might be an issue if they try to suspend him indefinitely and not pay him.
What'll make him stop? I mean, at some point when you have enough money, do the fines really matter?
No. Free him. He did nothing wrong. Free day.
Bring him to Detroit.
Bring
we
him
need
home.
him. Bring him home.
Honestly, I'd rather have someone on the Pistons punching somebody than us losing 21
Oh
games.
yeah, I mean, I
Yeah.
almost fell in
Well,
love with
if
Killian
somebody was
Hayes
gonna
last
punch
year when he
somebody-
threw that punch to
Yeah.
the back of who was that?
Knocked out Mo Wagner,
Yeah,
yeah.
he punched him
Stick,
right in the back of the head.
Did you actually watch the game?
Yeah,
Like the whole game?
the Pistons game or
Yeah,
the
Pistons game.
last night I watched the third quarter.
Spenny, did you?
I watched some of it, yes.
Yeah.
So you lying?
I know.
You
tuned-
lied.
I went home and my dad had it on TV after I got home from the gym, so I just sat down and watched it, and it was like the last minute and a half.
Yeah, Corey was sitting next to me on the couch, and she's like, the Pistons aren't doing that well this year. I'm like, they're about to lose 21 in a row. And she just starts laughing. She goes, what a joke.
Yeah.
But do
She
you
doesn't
guys
watch
see
basketball?
anything?
Oh,
I
my
saw- I
God.
saw-
Look at this, ladies and gentlemen.
No way.
You
Not
want to
on
talk
Big D
about
Energy.
service?
Not from
The man
not
himself.
from the man himself.
Jesse Dillon of Birmingham Roast literally walking in a
The
coffee.
owner of the
crazy.
roast presenting stick.
It's impressive.
That is a flex that I
You got
never
some
thought
pull.
I'd feel.
Yeah, that's some service right
That's
there.
some flex. But hey, real serious for the next 2 minutes that we talk about the Pistons.
Yeah.
Is there anything that you're watching, that you're seeing, anything like to write home about? Is there any progression, or
No.
is just the same old bad shooting?
It seemed like they tried a different lineup last night. They tried to go small last night, and it just, it's tough to beat Philly. Let's be honest. It's tough
Embiid had 30 in the first half.
Who's going to match up with Beef Stew?
Yeah,
I
they
mean,
don't have anybody. With
so
Darren
it's I listened to Jim Costa on the way in here today, and he was saying that the Pistons could go 2-80. He doesn't see a scenario where they could win another game.
That's a little aggressive.
It is a little
Yeah,
aggressive,
you
but
picked out a
I love
couple.
Jim. I've known Jim from when we worked in Grand Rapids together. He was on ESPN. I think it was whatever ESPN was out there, and I was working at 104.5 SNX, the top 40 station. We would banter in the hallway about sports and whatnot. But Jim's a well thought out guy.
Jim's a cool guy, yeah.
And he kind of logicked it out. He's like, listen, when they go small, they can't beat anybody. When they go big, they can't beat anybody. When they try to blend, they can't beat anybody. When teams are missing their star players, they can't beat anybody.
Yeah.
When teams are injured, they can't beat. So, in what world do you see them winning a game?
Well, Spenny picked 2 games before Valentine's Day.
Yeah, possibly. They play
Houston
the Spurs
and
Houston. Houston and San Antonio. Those are the 2 games where If you're gonna get one, you're gonna get it there.
To go 2-80, that just means you have no intestinal fortitude at all.
Yeah.
I mean, the attitude should get you at least 2 to 3 wins at some point.
Effort, right?
Yeah, like come on now. 2-80.
I mean, they're on pace to be the worst team ever in NBA history. Like, and why is it the Tigers had to flirt with that with their 119 losses? The Lions, nobody will ever catch 0-16 unless someone goes 0-17.
Yeah.
So we held that, and now the Pistons are gonna win maybe 7 games this year if they're lucky.
Yikes.
Is there?
Oh God.
It's
The franchise
wild.
lowest is 16. So
What's that?
The franchise lowest is 16 wins. So,
They're well under 16. This
so
year.
yeah, that's tough.
I
I don't know if they get to 16. I don't.
It's almost impossible. Like, it almost seems impossible.
You got to think one night. There should be one night where you're just hot as a team. Like you're hitting everything, and the other team doesn't. Like the law of averages says there should at least be one night.
Yeah.
Where you get hot and the other team's cold, and everything you're throwing up is going in, and nothing they're throwing up is going in. But the gods of basketball have forsaken the Pistons.
And I don't know why. Like, do we need Peyton Manning and Jeff Daniels to break that
Tom
curse
Gores.
too?
It's because Tom Gores.
Is it the Tom Gores curse?
Yeah, he ruined it.
What should we title that? Is it the Tom Gores?
I don't know.
Because, I mean, they were bad before Gores took over. Literally, it's ever since Bill Davison passed away.
Yeah.
And, you know, rest in peace, Billy D., who was probably one of the best owners ever in all of sports. You know, he was the first one to get a private jet for his team. Round ball 1 for the Pistons. You know, he treated his team a lot different. And it set the trends for the rest of all the leagues. But when he passed away, his kids took over, and they didn't know how to run a basketball organization. And, you know, people clown Joe Dumars. I know you and Easy clown Joe Dumars, but he was hamstrung because they weren't willing to give him what he needed to get the team to where it had to go because they knew they were selling the squad. They were just trying to make as much money as they could.
On the way out.
Well, a couple
yeah.
suggestions. I see Rake in the WoodwardSports.com chat thread says let's just swap the Cruise lineup for the Pistons lineup and give them a shot.
Yeah.
Stick, I hear you say it. Take the plane away, put them back on the bus. Let's go. Right back to the minors, boys.
Is that what you do?
Make them hop on the D-dot.
Right?
Yeah.
Like trade them like
Take
Major
the Q,
League?
Take the Q line to the game.
You're right.
Yeah.
At least somebody would be taking the Q line at that point.
I take the Q line sometimes.
Do you?
Really?
Yeah.
From where?
Every time I pass that thing, it's empty.
From my boys'
You take it 3
apartment
feet
to
down the street?
LCA.
Right.
Okay.
Normally from my boys' apartment to LCA.
What's it?
It was
What's
supposed
it?
to come all the way to Royal Oak and
You got
Birmingham
to drop a
and
shekel
Pontiac.
in there, or what, how's that
No,
work?
you just hop on.
Is this free?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you just hop on and let it ride.
That's why it's just a
You ain't
tremendous-
riding far though.
Yeah, it doesn't go very far, but it's like a 3-mile thing that we hop on. We go to LCA from my boys' apartment.
Saves you the walk.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice for that little corridor, but outside of the Woodward corridor that it's on,
I
it's
miss the
effing
People Mover.
useless.
Yeah.
People Mover's still operable.
Is it?
It's still good.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
But where does it go?
No, in a big ass circle.
Right. Detroit tax money at its finest,
Yeah.
baby.
There's no
That
more
shit
Joe
is the
Lewis.
dumbest
Yeah, it
thing.
doesn't
They're
stop
gonna
at
trap-
Joe Lewis.
Still at Trapper's Alley or whatever. Or?
Yeah, Greektown.
Greektown.
It'll stop at Greektown. It'll stop right there by the YMCA, I believe.
Yeah.
You can get on there. But yeah, the good old People Mover. Not looking good, but you know what looks good, D-Mac? Lady Jane's.
Absolutely. Come to Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience and register to win a trip of your dreams. All expenses paid suite to the 2024 NCAA basketball tournament. That's right. No expense paid for you and 5. That's 5 your best buds. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. It's wicked awesome.
What about Fairway Stick?
Oh, Fairway. Yeah, you like meat?
You
They got
like
meat. Put their meat in your mouth. It's delicious.
Big pause.
Fairway what do you, Spencer? Look at that tomahawk steak. What do you like that?
That's pretty good looking
steak
meat.
in your mouth.
Yeah.
See,
Pause again.
delicious. A lot of fat on it.
Yeah.
That's what you want, the good fat that you can char up. They got the meats for you. Fairwaypacking.com, or you can give them a call, 313-332-5114. And they have a spot in Grosse Pointe Woods if you just want to run down there and grab some of that prime beef.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Dreaming of a new home but feeling the financial pinch? Mark White & Associates, your trusted real estate experts, are here to help. Mark White and his team will pay up to $5,000 of your closing costs. That's right, I said $5,000. Call Mark White & Associates today at 248-290-8242 or visit them at markwhitesells.com. Again, call Mark White today at 248-290-8242 to make your dreams come true.
Welcome back to Big D Energy, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you to everybody that's in the chat right now. Make sure you drop that like, drop a comment, let us know where you're watching from. It's always fun to see. D-Mac is here, Darren McCarty. NGK?
Yes, sir.
That's the new guy. That's what the NG stands for. And Kenny, right?
Yeah.
New guy, Kenny. And then, of course, Spencer is here. Spenny Rackster. And everybody knows I'm a Jared Goff guy. Everybody calls me a line slappy around here, and I'll gladly wear that, and I'll own it because, you know what? Damn it, I rooted for them when they were winless, and I'm going to root for them when they're winning, and I'm not going to fall off that bandwagon either way. But Cam Newton calls Jared Goff a game manager, and I'm a Jared Goff guy. A lot of people think that I probably go over the top with my love for Jared Goff, but I agree with this statement, and I'm okay with this statement. Because Jared Goff is a game manager, and I don't know why there's anything wrong with that.
I got the video if you guys want to hear it.
I do want to hear it.
Give me 1 second to click a
Do you
button.
got the video?
There we go.
There we go.
Lamar Jackson, obviously Patrick Mahomes, Dak Prescott, Brock Purdy, but
Purdy.
Brock, they're not winning because of him.
He's not turning the ball over.
He's managing the game. And if we were to put that in its own right as game managers, Brock Purdy, Tua Tagovailoa, Jared Goff, and really Dak Prescott. These are game managers. They're not difference makers.
And when you say game manager, I'm not asking you to go out and win the game. I'm just asking you not to lose.
Not to lose the game. Listen, motherfucker, I don't give a damn what you do. You don't have to score every time. You just don't have to throw a pick every time either. If we're going to really call a spade, a game manager is different than a game changer.
It doesn't have a lot to do with the talent around you. Because who do you want to see? Because I like Jared Goff. When he is the ultimate game manager, we win games.
That's what I'm saying.
Doesn't turn the ball
this
over.
isn't a knock.
He spreads it around to where it needs to be, to whatever his playmakers. You have 2 rookies that set an NFL record with your running back and your tight end, Laporta and Gibbs, 600 yards, from scrimmage that hasn't been done before. So, yes, he has to be a game manager. And I think what Cam Newton just said there, were any of the quarterbacks, because he can't come back from turning the ball over, right? A Patrick Mahomes, a Lamar Jackson, more so what he's talking about is the natural ability to make a play to win a game with their legs, more or less. Right? That's it. All these other guys, you're not going to look at Brock Purdy and make it with his legs, even Dak Prescott. But what's Dak Prescott done too, which I agree. He's managed the game. Look at the way he's used, CeeDee Lamb, to the way he's used Pollard, to the way Ferguson has exploded into their Jason Witten tight end. I have no problem with it.
Well, and also look at the QBs that he listed. I mean, I think we all agree those are all pretty damn good QBs. I think you'd be more concerned if Jared Goff's name didn't come out of his mouth in that elite group of QBs that he mentioned. That's where I'd be like, oh man, he didn't even mention Goff. Like, he's not even thought of. But it just shows that Goff is thought of in the elite category with the Dak Prescotts, who everybody will tell me is elite, and that's fine. So I don't mind him speaking out like that, but yeah. The way I look at this is billionaires and millionaires, right? Like, he named the billionaires, the Patrick Mahomes, the Lamar Jackson, the guys that got it all, can do whatever the F they want. And then you got millionaires who are still pretty fucking successful people, still have pretty good lives, and are still winning. Jared Goff's a millionaire. He's not the billionaire. I'm not going to tell you he's a top 2, top 3 guy, but millionaires get the job done time and time again.
Yeah, no, they definitely can. And we've proven it. And when you go back to what do we? Here's the problem, because when you say, you know, a system quarterback or a guy who, you know, to not turn, who do we think of? Who's the number one guy you think of? Trent Dilfer.
Oh, yeah.
Trent Dilfer won a
Tom
Super
Brady
Bowl
was-
with Baltimore. Jared Goff is head and shoulders a billionaire compared to Trent Dilfer if he's a millionaire.
Well, that's the
so
thing.
if you don't think you can win with the game manager or whatever, he's definitely more elite. The number one thing is take care of the ball. That's it. Don't turn over the ball, and you're going to win games.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
And you may have to win the turnover battle against teams that are better than you, the San Frans, the Phillies.
And that's why I get, like, you see the correlation between fans that don't care about winning so much, and like, it just doesn't make sense to me, because when you're successful like the Lions have been this year at 9-4, you see fans more stressed out about their situation than when they were 4-9. Like, I feel like Lions fans have been more comfortable living in the cellar that when they're 9-4.
Yeah, because they're used to it.
And then when you got a guy like Jared Goff, that, you know, you're right, he's not the all-world MVP guy, but you know what he is? He's the ingredient that needs to happen and the part that fits this puzzle the best.
Right, so we saw with the more talented gunslinger guy that would be considered the billionaire, Matt Stafford, did it work with what was around him here to the
He didn't get it done.
team's success?
He didn't get it done.
The team success, no. There's two different things. Are you looking for the personal highlight reel success, or are you looking to just win games? Jared Goff provides you the ability to win games.
And that's
with what is
and
around
why do
him.
we play the game, D-Mac? Hello?
You play to win the game.
So how you feeling about this, Spenny? Because you are a known Goff hater.
No, he's right. He's right. I mean, Goff isn't a playmaker. Goff isn't a guy that you're going to win because of, but he's a guy that you'll win with. Like, I've said that before. But I think when you get to the playoffs and it gets down into a fucking, you know, everything comes down, everything gets tighter and tighter and tighter, it's harder to win with a guy like Goff compared to a playmaker. But yeah, he's right. I mean, he's not wrong. Tua is also a game manager. We saw him play a half of football without Tyreek Hill in their last game, and he looked lost. So I agree with Cam for sure.
How you feeling about this new guy?
I'm the same as y'all, man. It's not a derogatory term. I mean, there are tiers to game managers, because you have your lower tier like your Mark Sanchez's of the world, but you also, Goff is a higher tier. He's been to a Super Bowl, and yes, he was insulated. We all know this, but he did enough to get him there. And the quarterback is the most important position on the field. And to be real, he's won a lot of games for the Lions these past couple years. So I mean, you got to just put respect on him, man. But it's not a bad thing to be a game manager.
Yeah, I don't know why people think that's an insult. I really don't.
And if you are a game manager, which we can agree when you're naming guys, the situations around you have to benefit you, right?
How do you think Cam Newton qualified himself?
Look at the guys that he mentioned. Like you got to be protected. You know, your guys got to make plays, but you just got to take care of the football.
Would you rather have a Cam Newton or a Jared Goff?
Prime Cam Newton?
Yeah.
Prime Cam Newton.
Yeah, Prime
for sure.
was
Prime
MVP.
MVP.
So
Cam
where do you
because
think-
he's brought the dude. Because here's the one thing that we don't have.
He did the same thing Goff did. He got to a Super Bowl and lost.
Yeah, that's fair. But you look at the pieces that he had around him. His two wide receivers were Ted Ginn Jr. and Kelvin Benjamin.
right.
So like,
Elite.
Here's the whole thing. When
They had a
everything
solid
breaks
running
down,
offense, though.
Yeah,
They never protected him either. That O-line he had
Yeah.
with the Panthers was bad for a lot. He took a lot of unnecessary shots.
Here's what you don't have, and you don't have with a game manager. is when it breaks down and it's up to them to make a play, they're gonna get run down. They're gonna where those elites, those Mahomes, they're gonna find a way to make a play. Lamar Jackson with either with the legs or buy themselves time and get the ball out with his arm. You know, like what I like Jared Goff, what he does, you know, a lot of times is doesn't make the bad. Like I don't mind him. You know, the play's called and it's broke down, and then he'll just, you know, throw it away, move on to the next play, not try to do too much. But he's got it. The minute that we're behind in the turnover, either that he puts one on the ground with his little hands or that he throws one to the defense, it's almost like a double. We're behind, you know, 2
why
turnovers.
do this to our quarterback?
He's got baby Whopper.
Because he's got to hang
can't
on to
hold
the
a
ball.
Whopper, man.
He should be so praised in this city right now, and the fact that he's getting so clowned is just—it's so bizarre to me.
He's got baby Whopper Jr. hands.
He's
Dude,
had a rough
quarterbacks
stretch
are
of football,
goaltenders, you
though.
know it.
He's had a rough 4 games. He's had a great 25.
That's a month, though. 4 weeks is a month, and that's not good in the grand scheme.
20 games is over a season, though.
I get it. He's not all of the Lions' problems, but his play has to improve if we want to achieve anything.
1,000,000%, but so many facets need to improve too.
That's
the
true, too.
offensive line needs to improve. Stop
two things can be
Stop
true.
it with that. Like the first guy this guy could potentially clinch the division in the next 2 weeks, and we're clowning him. And
my
we're treating him like
hands.
we're treating him like he's trash.
I'm not saying
Like-
this is true or not, but Rake brings up a good point. We're gonna have to do a hand size between Goff and my grandson Ryder. This is sport last night. We're gonna do a hand. We're gonna measure it up. I think Goff might have him, but I think Ryder's got Daniel
It'll be
Jones.
close.
He's
It'll be
got
close.
Danny Jones for sure.
That's fair.
No, you're right. But again, being the leader and being the quarterback, that the spotlight's gonna come back to you. Because here's the thing: if Goff played better in these 4 games, didn't have the turnovers, and was
We
just
wouldn't be saying
consistent
anything.
Goff, you right. Other than everybody else, you got to think you would have won 1 or 2 of these games. That's why I'm saying he's more impactful part of this team. And you're right, Stick. You're right. He should be at 9-4. He should have more flowers than he does. But you're in Detroit, and it's goaltenders and quarterbacks.
I get it, but he's done something nobody's ever done in 60 years, right? Took us to 9-3, and people in the chat are still jerking off Stafford. It makes no sense to me. Spenny, what are you laughing about over there?
No, nothing.
And I'm all the way
come on.
stoked.
Oh, it's something.
I can't.
You can.
I literally can't.
You have to.
And this is the time to be stoked, not scared, boys. Like right now. And if this was our lull, like every other good team in the league for these last 4 games, now's the perfect time to come out of it.
Yeah. Above average game manager. And there's no problem with that because everybody has game managers. The whole league is filled with. That's why the elite are the elite, and they're so hard to get. A lot of teams have game managers. We just happen to have a higher end one.
We have an elite game manager. Spenny, what the hell are you laughing about over there?
I can't tell
Can you at least put the camera on yourself so everybody can see your jolly smile and red cheeks?
Tell us about Hamlin Pub.
Tell us about, Hamlin Pub. If you ever wanted a bar where you're a regular, you just have to go to the place called Hamlin Pub. They have 7 locations, and you can experience it where everybody's a regular. Half off pizza on Thursday or game day specials during all Michigan sports games, starting at just $8. Check them out, HamlinPubs.com.
What about Jack Labrador?
Oh, Jack Labrador. If you haven't played this game, what are you doing with your life? Take out your phone right now, scan that QR code. It's paper, rock, scissors, kind of on steroids. It's paper, rock, scissors, but you get 2 new symbols and a 3-point play. They were in here the other day playing it. Everybody had a good time, turned a little competitive.
Yep.
So this holiday season, when you're gathering around with your family, you want something new, something fun to play, go to Jack Labrador and pick that up and put it in someone's stocking.
Have you ever wondered where all the finest restaurants get their steaks? It's Fairway Packing Company, providing Michigan restaurants, hotels, and casinos with prime beef for over 60 years. But now you can buy these cuts of meat for yourself at the Steak Shop by Fairway Packing Company. Prime porterhouse, A5 Japanese New York strip steak, dry aged Wagyu beef tomahawk. Delicious. Get to the Steak Shop today. Enjoy fine wine, have a private party, and get the finest cuts of meat anywhere. The Steak Shop on Mack Avenue in Grosse Pointe Woods, or order online, fairwaypacking.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Feldman Chevrolet. That's where you need to go if you're looking at a new car. You know, it's the holiday season. You see the commercials all the time. Everybody buys cars for their relatives and just sets them in the driveway. That could be you. You go to Feldman Chevrolet, especially the one in Novi, where we do our live broadcasts every other Monday. Go on out there, ask for Ryan. When he's not on stage acting like a rock star, he's giving you the best deals that you can get in automobiles. Feldman Chevrolet. Welcome back to Big D Energy, live on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neal Rule today. He will be back tomorrow, so everybody can calm down. He'll be back. D-Mac is here.
Live from Dispo tomorrow.
Live from Dispo. The one day I'm not filling in?
Yeah, Dispo Romeo.
I'm actually going to be out in Shelby Township tomorrow, so I may stop by.
Nice.
You got the burger truck?
I'm not sure. Probably not.
Who's all broadcasting out there tomorrow?
It's just Morning Show and Big D.
Morning Show and Big D?
Yeah.
Okay. Nice. Got to get out there. Jeff loves that. That's on his side of town,
Oh, yeah.
right? Yeah.
Neal, right?
Same with Neal,
Neal's
yeah.
backyard.
It's right down the street from Neal.
Started a little Stafford Goff debate in the chat, so I'll let you kids play that out in the chat. But welcome to Big D Energy. We were talking about the Lions, talking about Jared Goff being a game manager. I think we all agree that's the truth. It's
Yes.
not an insult, and you can own that and still be happy with it. But the one thing that is making Goff, people question Goff even more, and it may even be a bigger picture thing than Jared Goff, is has the NFL figured out the Lions offense?
Maybe.
You know, the NFL, once you put something on tape, everybody gets to see it, and it's on your coaches to kind of predict what the other team is going to try to do to you next. And maybe it takes a little more self-scouting on, Dan Campbell and Ben Johnson's behalf. But do you feel, D-Mac, that the NFL's kind of caught up to what Ben Johnson's schemes are trying to do?
Well, I think in different downs, but if you look at I think it's more of been being too smart for yourself, because no one's really stopped this rushing attack when it's been full force. I think that the fact that we saw little chinks in the armor without Ragnow being there, maybe on the offensive line and blocking, but not in the first half, but just deviating and then leave Johnson alleviating from the game plan of rushing. The play action and the rush and the thunder and lightning between Gibbs and Montgomery has to establish. And you look at the first half of the Chicago game, they had 7 yards a rush. If you're putting yourself in second and threes and second and ones or whatever, you're in a great spot. Now maybe they're a little predictable when they have to go to who are their go-to guys, Amon-Ra St. Brown and Sam Laporta, so to speak. Obviously you're making it easier on other teams when you're going to put your fastest guy in there for 60 plays and only let him touch it twice.
Yeah.
You're giving the defense a break. So I think that they haven't really helped themselves, but I think that it's there when they've gotten too smart for themselves and gone away from the run, which has gotten them there. So
And I think that's,
to me, I don't think it is. I think at different situations, but a lot of the times what you're talking about is third and longs. And there's only so much you can do with it at 3rd and long.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think the aggressiveness has gone away, though. That's the one thing I feel when I'm watching the Lions. They're not as aggressive as they were early on in the season, and whether that be a Jared Goff issue about throwing downfield or not. But even in the Saints game, they get up 21 points, and it just seemed like instead of going for the kill shot and continuing to go for the kill shot, they were happy just riding out that 21 points.
Yeah.
And I see that sometimes in the game. Like, they got up going into half against Chicago, and they probably felt that they were going to take control of that game coming out, and then things didn't work out. They started getting behind. And then in some games when they're behind, they don't know how to get out of it and get back on track. So really, Ben Johnson, the sparkle's kind of wearing off on him. Not that it should be, because if I'm going to give Goff credit for the team being 9-4, I still got to give Ben Johnson credit for the team being 9-4. I'm not going to play sides like that. But the fact that they can't get it going in the 3rd quarter and other coaches are making those in-game adjustments on the Lions and we're not making them back, it's kind of scary.
Well, I mean, and again, right, I think I heard you reiterate my point. It's adjustments by the coaches, right? We've talked about it before. You know, the first Chicago game, you know, when was the defense going to adjust? It finally did in the second half, and we got some success. So I think that, you know, to me, maybe this is more of a coaching thing with the availability of guys, because you're plugging different guys in and guys have to play because you're dealing with, like a lot of other teams, injuries. So they got to find a way to work, and I think that the bottom line, what we're talking about, is everybody can be better, right? Everybody can be better. Goff can be better.
Yep.
The receivers can be better, you know, not dropping.
And the positive note that we pointed out yesterday, everything can be better, and they still have played winning football over their last 5 games.
And they're still 9-4.
Right. And even during their struggle, they're 3-2.
Let me ask, here's the question. What would you rather have being 9-4 right now going in the last 4 games, where you have played like this, not your best in the last 4 games and trying to fight your way out of it, but you've set yourself up in being in this position? Or would you rather be just playing your best football right now at 9-4 and just cruising right now? Wouldn't that be a little bit more suspect for the shoe to drop? Because now's the time. This week at home versus Denver, what they have at stake, what Sean Payton, Dan Campbell, all of this plays perfectly to go out and just take care of business and win this game.
And that's what you need to do. You need to, like, take a step back from the week by week thing, right? And look at this whole season as a game.
30,000 foot
the first
view, I love
half
that.
you kicked ass. 3rd quarter you struggled in, but that doesn't mean you can't turn it back on in the 4th quarter. And I think that's what we're all hoping for, is to see that first half season team in the 4th quarter of this season, because those guys looked unbeatable almost at times. Like, they were rolling NFL teams by 30 points. You know, margin of victory was like 13-14 consistently every week. And ever since they got punched in the mouth by the Ravens, you really haven't seen that swagger. It's almost like they thought they were the bully, then they got bullied, and then they realized, oh shit, other teams get paid too. Spenny, how you feeling?
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of with D-Mac to where it's good that you're having this lull now rather than, like, in the playoffs. Like, get this out of your system now. Get healthy. Get all the injuries settled when you're ready to play in the playoffs with games that really, really matter. So it is tough. You know, nobody likes to see it, but get it out of your system now, so that when the playoffs come around, you're playing your best football, your team's healthy, and you're ready to go.
And do you think part of that, though, is the NFL figuring out the Lions' offense?
Kind of. I think it's more predictable when you're playing outdoors in the cold. It definitely makes the offense more predictable, because you know they're going to run it. They're going to attack the middle of the field. So I do think NFL teams are going to continue to do what the Bears have done, where it's you block off that middle of the field, you stop the run as good as you can, and you make Jared Goff beat you on the outside and down the field. So I think we're going to see a lot more of that.
What about you, new guy?
I agree with everything Spinny said, pretty much.
All right. Great take.
I mean, it's nothing more really to say. I mean, y'all covered all the bases. He does have to improve. To me, just later in games or when we have a lead, he just gets a little too cute for me, Ben Johnson does, with the play calling. I need to see better improvement in that aspect. Now, I also wanted to ask you about the J-Mo factor. Do you feel they need to get J-Mo more involved? Do you think that unlocks the offense maybe for this last stretch of football? Because it's December, man. Everybody got tape on you. Everything's going to get tougher. Like he said, they kind of got the game plan for the Lions already.
Right.
Close off the middle. Make sure you bring pressure to Goff. He's going to make mistakes. So what can they really do? What can Ben Johnson do to unlock this offense at this point?
Here's a hot take. Conspiracy theory.
Uh-oh.
They've been saving J-Mo.
Oh, come on.
They
You think
haven't
so?
wanted to play all their
Saving them
cards
for
yet.
what?
Yeah.
For this exact
I mean, we
moment.
kinda need
For
them
when you
right
need
now,
them. Because, like you said, everybody's got it on tape. Well, who's the one guy they don't have on tape, really? J-Mo. So maybe, just maybe, these guys are playing 3D chess with us fans over here wondering what the hell's going on. But they're like, wait, we're going to flash them a little bit. We're going to show you a little bit. Because, D-Mac, when you're in a fight, sometimes you don't throw that haymaker all the time. You want to save it and set it up just right. I'm
play with me.
probably
Put 'em on
wrong,
the
and that's
field,
my
man.
wishful Kool-Aid drinking self, but maybe they're smarter than us in that capacity.
We'll wait. We'll have to wait and see. But whatever it is that this guy cannot have the maximum of 2 touches a game.
Yes.
He's got to have more, especially if he's out there, because he's proven, what we say, 60 plays he's out there. So, so if you're just using him right now, maybe you're right, Stick, but we'll have to find out. The bottom line is they all have to, they all have to play better. Right? They got to make the small things. They can't drop balls out of the backfield, miss blocks and stuff like this. They have to. To me, it's coaching too. I mentioned it yesterday. We haven't converted on a 4th down, or like of significance in that used to be the bread and butter. So I think a lot of times too we're predictable.
Yeah.
D-Mac, when you were on the Red Wings and you knew you had a talented thing or a scheme that you wanted to implement, did you ever wait to do it as a team, or ever hold something back in your back pocket like I'm talking about with J-Mo potentially, or was it just all out all the time?
No, hockey's different than football. I think it's scripted plays, but you know what? It could be that, Stick, because we haven't. You could say that because we haven't seen them used. So why are they not using them? So you're
at least
But did you draft him to look at?
Plays weight.
Did you draft him to look at like a trophy or like?
No, but Jameer
what do we
Gibbs,
wait? We've waited long enough. We waited a whole
I
year.
hope 100% you're right.
They didn't like unleash Jameer Gibbs till Montgomery got hurt and they were forced to. So that may have like forced along that progression, and that took several weeks to get to.
That's true, but
and
is that on
drafted him
coaching?
early.
Is that on coaching though?
That's what I'm wondering, and I'm just throwing out the question. I'm not saying this is what's happening. I'm saying logically that may be something they're doing if they're smart. Because if you're always putting everything you got out there, you got to be like a girl on a date. You got to tease a little, and then once you're there, go for it.
I just think it's Goff's inability to throw the ball down the field is why they
have and there could be that.
Well,
that is
when
also.
you look, that's the major component that's missing in our offense is the over-the-top threat, and we have it in our locker room, and they refuse to use it. So I just don't understand. Like at this point, he's shown you enough. He's gradually progressed throughout the season. He hasn't had the drops. I don't understand why you don't use him more. This is your toughest stretch of football coming up.
Yeah.
I don't either. That's why I'm trying to come up with logical reasons as to why. But let's talk about Premier Pet Supply.
I was going to say, the only
this.
logical reason you need to go when you're talking about pet food is Premier Pet Supply. Because when it comes to your pet, don't settle. Give your pet the best. Premier Pet Supply is hands down Michigan's best pet store. Family owned and operated for over 30 years. 13 Metro Detroit locations. Over 60 brands of food. Lowest prices and curbside home delivery. Premier Pet Supply. Give your pet the best at www.premierpetsupply.com.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, 2 of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
At work and at home, we're there with smarter security solutions. Featuring complete automation with customized alerts and more. For over 90 years, we've been the company that's been counted on to protect what matters most, all with personalized service and care. Right now, for a limited time, receive a free video device plus free installation with a new home system. Guardian Alarm. We protect Michigan.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
Just in time for football, Glorious Cannabis is dropping a new ice water bubble hash-infused pre-roll called Honolulu Blue. It smells so good. It's like the whip of the first playoff win in 31 years. A gassy, aggressive strain named in honor of Detroit football. If you haven't had one of these ice water pre-rolls, you're missing out. Stick tells me they're so smooth. Find them at Dispo Dispensary for 25% off. Code word Woodward Glorious, or go to www.gloriouscanna2ns.com.
Welcome back. It's Woodward Sports. My name is Stick, filling in on BDE for the one, the only Mr. Neal Rule. That is Darren McCarty and GK in the sound booth. And, of course, we have Spencer Raxter. Still going to talk a little bit Pistons coming up. Going to talk a little bit of Red Wings coming up. Ryan Poulter's on the show today?
He is not, actually. We were supposed to do the Pick'em segment, but...
So are we going to do the Pick'em segment?
No, we don't have that either. I think they're doing it tomorrow.
All right, the production staff on this show.
Yeah.
Elite.
Top shelf.
Elite.
The trenches, baby.
But yeah, we got a lot to talk about today, and just talking to people in the chat, seeing what they're discussing. D-Mac, we go back and forth on J-Mo and how much he should be involved and whatnot, and you're just starting to see it out of the fans, just the frustration with it. And you brought it up. You drafted a guy so early. Why aren't you using him more? And there really is no answer right now that we can tell, because it seems like he has the talent. The efficiency when he does touch the ball is through the roof. He had some drops. We got to admit that.
Everybody does, though. I mean,
yeah,
you ain't gonna catch everything.
Spenny thinks it's a Jared Goff issue.
I do.
Some people thinks it's a Ben Johnson issue. What's it going to take for that to break out? Like, when J-Mo does what, are you considering that a breakout?
It's got to be in practice. No. I mean, it's got to be the team trusting him, put in the position or whatever. Everything we've heard coming out of there that the herd has accepted him and he's working hard in practice and stuff like that. They got to figure it out and dial it in. Just the couple times when they do go to him, right? And it seems like, okay. Other teams seem like, okay, they gone to him. There's his 2 times. Now we don't have to worry about him because they're not going to go back to him. So, is it almost to the point? Because what I'm hearing is you guys want to see him get force-fed no matter what. Sort of like Gibbs did when Montgomery went out.
Yeah.
He has that kind of talent.
No, I agree. Yeah. I'm sort of waiting to see it. Yeah,
I don't know about force-fed, but I'm sick of seeing Khalif Raymond catch these bubble screens.
Yeah.
Like, I would rather those 2 to 3 plays a game go to J-Mo. Yeah. And Josh Reynolds, love him. He's kind of a security blanket for Jared Goff. And he makes some big plays, but I would like to see those catches. Because I don't want to take away from Amon-Ra St. Brown. I don't want to take away from Sam Laporta. I don't want to take away from Gibbs. And, Montgomery's not really catching any balls out of the backfield right now. So as far as those targets, I want those to stay the same. But what I want is for Khalif Raymond to return kicks and J-Mo to catch bubble screens.
I get it.
That's what I want.
So then isn't it practice and isn't it working that relationship just like Goff's worked it with Laporta, he's worked it with Amon-Ra, like you said he has the relationship. So is this not a Goff Jameson Williams thing? You two guys tell me. I'm not a football guy.
No, it's a personnel thing because Ben Johnson's putting that personnel on the field.
So it's a Ben Johnson.
When you call a bubble screen, that's going to be a target and most likely a reception 90% of the time. Yeah. And that's how you get people in rhythm. You see it all the time with short passes to start off games with young quarterbacks. You get guys in rhythm that way, and maybe that's something they can do to jumpstart J-Mo too. Because sometimes in football, and I'm sure in hockey, sometimes you need to get hit before you realize you're actually playing.
Oh, absolutely. Get you into the game. You get lit up early. Get
the smelling sauce.
Absolutely. That's why you always try to get a big hit into the game, or if you got to take one, that's part of it, or block a shot.
Right.
Somebody slashes you.
That's why last game I was encouraged because J-Mo caught the first target and then cricket.
So now is it switched? Because at the beginning of the year, for the first half of the year, whatever, he wasn't ready. Mm-hmm. He wasn't prepared. Now, are they not prepared to use him properly? And to me, it all tells me, let's ask Broder, what's it look like in practice? Are they working him in more in practice? Because if you see him getting more of attention during the week, I would think he'd get more attention during the weekend.
He is starting to seem like he was an afterthought because they thought he was going to be suspended longer, and they got him back pretty quick, but they were already in a flow offensively, and it just seems like they don't have a real set out plan for him. And it's really no excuse because the offense is predicated on sharing the wealth. We've seen Josh Reynolds have great games. We finally seen Laporta have a 100-yard game. Jahmyr Gibbs. Everybody gets their select day in this offense. And David Montgomery had 3 catches in the last game. 3 targets, should I say. There is no reason why David Montgomery should have 3 targets and J-Mo has 1.
I mean, if they're check downs and it's part of the offense, you got to
check it down to J-Mo.
Yeah, like, I don't get it. Run a drag, run a slant.
He's running a fly route 90 yards down the field. I mean, that's just kind of how the offense is set up. That's because he's getting a lot of pressure, and you got to check it down when you're getting pressure.
Like you said, there's screens, there's slants, there's drags. There's a lot of different ways to utilize his speed.
I watched the All-22 the other day of the Lions and Bears game, and J-Mo was open on like 80% of his pass routes. Like it wasn't even close.
So what's going on during the week right now? What's going on down in Allen Park right now?
We don't know.
If you're the coaching staff and you see all this to whatever else, are you not in trying to figure out? Oh my gosh, you guys think that they're oblivious to this?
Mm-hmm.
Well, Broder said he's going to be in the practice facility at 1 and let us know how much they're using J-Mo and stuff like that.
Follow the bottom line or look to the heavyweights today to get the update and stuff like this.
Yeah.
But you guys, so if it's out there and you're telling me that you're seeing it, do the coaches not see it too?
That's what's so confusing about this, because we all consider these guys to be like elite level smart coaches. So it's either A, they don't trust the player, or B, they're holding back, or C, it's just not in the flow of the offense right now. But I trust these guys to do the right thing. That's why it's so weird that we're questioning them so much about everything lately. You know, going for it on 4th down again. It seems like Dan Campbell's regressed in that area. And that's been my biggest gripe about Dan Campbell since day 1. I got it when they were 3-13. Your team sucks. You need to try everything you can to get a win. But when you're a winning football team and giving away free possessions, it'll never work. You'll never win that way. It's the football
Nobody
gods.
will win.
The football gods do not like it. I don't care what the analytics say. I don't care. You got to quit going for it on 4th and 10 from your 50. Like, it's just stupid.
But they don't trust the kicker either. That's a big part of it, too.
But that's on them.
Absolutely.
They've had the entire offseason to address it.
Yeah.
They kept Riley Patterson on. There are kickers out there. They can go get them. And if you don't trust your kicker, that's 30% of the game. Say what you want about special teams. How many playoff games have you seen decided by field goals? Infinite, right? And Terry made a living and a career off hitting game winners in the postseason. And as a quarterback, how much pressure is that off you? All I got to do is get to the 35-yard line.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah.
I'm playing between the 35s because that's all I care about right now. And once I get inside the 35, I'm playing with house money because I know I already got 3 in the bank. And for the Lions not to have that, that's a big part of this trickle down to the offense, because it also puts so much pressure on the offense for them to go for it on needless 4th downs. And it's great to have balls, but not when it's not working.
Yeah.
like balls is jumping out of a plane, but with a parachute. Balls is not jumping out of a plane without a parachute. That's stupidity. And that's what I feel is happening right now.
Good analogy.
Appreciate that, D-Mac. Appreciate you.
No,
Quit
they all gotta
complaining.
be.
Enjoy the Lions.
You know what? Can we agree? Everybody's got to play better. I go back to little plays that rack my brain. What if Jahmyr Gibbs catches that ball out of the backfield?
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's. You guys understand? It's not the big things, yes, but it's all these little things that to a man they have to get better.
Yeah.
And if you want to blame one guy, then you never get team sports. You never get team sports. Yeah, there'd be a catalyst that this guy's got to play way better, but they all have to. And if you ask them, they would agree. And you know what? The big thing right now, maybe the most out of any point of the season is the spotlight and the question mark could be on the coaching. Game plan, offense, adjustments. How are we going to come out and take it to them? Are we going to stay aggressive? Like, how can you not sit back and just lean on this running game?
Yeah.
This running game should get you in 3rd and 2 and 3s all day long, which you should be with your guys. That's what I'm saying.
Right.
Taking care of the ball. So, are you set up for that? I thought we were last game, especially first half. But you come out, you want to throw, you want to think, you want to get super creative.
Especially when there's
you
a
want to get
15
above
mile
the
an
rim.
hour wind. Like, tuck the passing away. Just like that's why Justin Fields looked like a good quarterback in that game. He's not a good quarterback, but when there's 15 mile an hour winds and he can be a running quarterback, that's when he excels. That's a Justin Fields ideal game. Right? 15 mile an hour wind. No one's expecting me to pass, and I just got to beat people with my legs. We got to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about more sports. We're going to talk about you guys in the chat. We're going to talk about a lot of things. DMAC is right. Everyone pulling together and doing all they can to help the team win. DMAC knows about teamwork, man. One of the best teammates of all time.
Thank you, Stick.
No, it's true.
I'll
Those are
agree
facts.
with
You earned it. I didn't make that up. Let's talk about Planet Fitness. One of the best gyms of all time. And they got one near you. $10 a month will get you that membership. Or you can upgrade to the black card where you get the tanning, the massage, and all that good stuff too. They're all over the place. You probably pass one on your way to work. So why don't you stop in, get your workout in like Neal Rule does before he comes in here at Woodward Sports at your local Planet Fitness.
Savor the heart of home at Big Boy with our all-new down-home comfort dishes. Feast on home-style goodness with our Southern Comfort Chicken Bowl, veal parmigiana, and apple pie hotcakes. The down-home delight doesn't stop there. Potato pancakes are back. Dive into the richness of our perfectly crafted potatoes with our classic potato pancakes and our stuffed potato pancakes. Top off your meal with our new gingerbread shake, a seamless blend of creamy vanilla and sweet gingerbread flavors. Nothing beats the comforting taste of down-home cooking. Enjoy every bite, only at Big Boy.
Join Woodward Sports' own Jeff Iafrate, along with special WSN guests for the most anticipated Lions season in decades. Filled with different surprises and expert analysis. You're not going to want to miss out. Go to our Woodward Sports YouTube channel on Sundays and tune in live from 9:30 to 11:30 a.m.
Let's talk about Outdoor Equip Co. Official equipment provider of Woodward Sports, Michigan grown, family owned. Bad boy mowers, tractor steel handhelds, even a weed whippers. Liberty trailers, Generac generators, and the snow is coming, so get your X plows and salters. Outdoor Equip Co. has it all. You can buy it, rent it, zero. Yes, 0% financing. They'll even deliver it to your doorstep. Hook them up today. Reach out. Let them know. www.outdoorequipco.com. Tell them Big D Energy we sent you.
Welcome back to Woodward Sports. My name is Stick, filling in for Neal Rule. That is Darren McCarty, NGK in the sound booth. And then we have Spencer Raxter over there, making sure we all look pretty on camera. Chad Fisher in the comments right now. Shout out to everybody in the chat, too. Even though we sometimes disagree, a lot of times disagree, I still appreciate you guys for being a part of the network. Don't stop running the goddamn ball all game long. 30-plus runs is how we dominate, says Chad Fisher. And wouldn't that be great if the Lions took a note out of the Michigan playbook? Sorry, Spenny, I know you don't want to hear this. But what Michigan did to Penn State was so emasculating. Mm-hmm. The Lions have the ability to do that.
Well, here's the difference. Penn State had one of the best
run defenses
defense in the league.
Yeah.
The Broncos are 30 of 32 in rush deep. Does this game plan not just say give the ball to Montgomery, you give it to this? Isn't it a ground and pound game until they prove that they can stop you, which I don't think they'll be able to?
It's big fact.
They've given up almost 4,000 yards on the ground.
It makes sense unless you're trying to be smarter than the room and hit them where they think you're not going to hit them. And let's hope they don't go down that path. But you would like to see the Lions just come out, get the ball, and just run it down their throat for, 12 plays, 6 minutes, just beat up football in that first quarter.
Oh, you know what you want to see? You want to see extended drives.
Yeah, time of possession is going to be
three
key.
and outs or turnovers or whatever. Just show me some extended drives. Show me that you're moving. We always talk about it here. It's Neal's big thing, offensively and defensively, pushing the lines both ways. That's got to be our bread and butter. So no better place than to do it at home against a team that stinks against the run.
Yeah. I have no argument against that. I mean, it just makes logical sense. This team's shitty against the run. You're top 5 with the run. There is no reason the Lions shouldn't run for over 200 yards. No reason. Mm-hmm. And it's going to be a multitude of ways. If you watch the Broncos play, it's up the middle is where you get them.
Yeah.
And we got the big boys, but that's where the injury to Ragnow comes in. Because say what you want, he's been a big part of the setback that Detroit has gone through over the past couple games. That toe or whatever is bothering him.
It's rumored he's going to be on the field, though.
That's a great rumor because centers are the middle linebackers of the offensive line. You know, they're the ones identifying where the blitz is coming from. They're the ones shifting the line. They're the ones making the calls in real time. And, you know, you saw it last game with Jared Goff botching that snap. That was kind of a Glasgow issue because if you watch, he double tipped the ball. Still, Jared Goff's got to receive that snap before he pulls out. But either way, you need that communication between your center and your quarterback. And when Ragnow's in, seems like everything is clicking and your whole playbook's open. Yeah. When not, protection isn't sliding like it should. So hopefully he is back this week.
Yeah, he's out there practicing.
Good.
So
better game from Taylor Decker too.
So he's a warrior, but I mean, he's the guy that you sort of forget about. You know, stabilizer on that offensive line, but also to Goff's partner in crime. Right, you never worry about the handoff, the exchange, and stuff like this when Frank's in there. He's arguably top three center in the league. Like that's and that gets overlooked.
Yes. It totally does. I mean, because success comes in the NFL when you win in the trenches. Did you see Peyton Manning and Eli Manning talking about their centers?
No.
Did you see that clip?
No.
About Peyton was saying just how well he knew Jeff Saturday's butt cheeks, and like if they were blindfolded and had to go under center, like he'd be able to tell Jeff Saturday outside of anybody. And Eli said the exact same thing. Like, hey, you have an intimate relationship with your center. Like, what other man are you going to let approach from behind you, put the top of his hand on your sack, and you just hundreds of times a day, bro?
Yeah, I played center my senior year. Like for the last 5 games of the year, I played center, and me and my quarterback AJ, we had a connection for sure.
Do you guys still talk?
We still talk. Yeah.
That's something you can't lose, man.
For sure.
How many other men would you allow do that?
None.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
0.
So it's so juvenile and comical to think about, but even at the pro level, it's a real thing, man. These are grown ass men, and another dude touching your junk is just kind of weird. And once you gain that relationship, you not really want to expand that relationship to too many people. Like, you don't want to be a quarterback whore.
You're right. You don't want to let everybody just be under center.
You're touching everybody's balls. You're just your guys' balls. So
think about all. But all those teams that have to replace quarterbacks are not just centers, but the guy's got to feel a little bit weird. You got another different set of hands coming in there,
right? That's what happened last game with Glasgow. It's just different, and everybody's like, oh, quarterback's the most important position because they touch the ball every play. So does the center.
Yeah.
And so that's either got to be the most important position by default or the second most important position on the field. And when the center's out, the Lions don't play the same. So I'm glad to hear that Ragnow is practicing. Any other injury updates, Benny?
Ragnow was back. Taylor Decker was back at practice. I know there was talks about him possibly, being injured with a back thing. He was back. I think everyone was back at practice that they expected to be there, obviously outside of Ali McNeil. But they're looking pretty healthy for what they can be.
Right.
Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, we talked about that. Chauncey Gardner-Johnson keeps posting these cryptic messages.
December 20th.
Yeah.
Did you see him talking shit to Cam?
I did see him talking shit to Cam.
That's how you know the CJ's feeling healthy.
Yeah, and that's a big thing for me is Chauncey Gardner-Johnson, not only what he could provide as a playmaker in the back end of that defense, but the swag he brings.
Yes.
You heard Anzalone, you heard other people saying we're just kind of we lost our mojo, we lost our Chauncey Gardner-Johnson brings that swag, he brings that energy, he brings shit and that helps a lot.
Preach.
Especially having him flying around, making big hits, taking balls away from people. Like, we need that man back as soon as possible.
Energy is contagious, and in any business too, let alone on a football field where momentum is such a huge thing and belief in yourself is such a huge thing. Because you know this, D-Mac, you know this better than any of us because you played at a higher level. But when you start thinking and stop reacting, you're not as good as a player as you should be. Because you should just straight up be playing the game without thinking. It should just be instinctual what you do next, not processing thoughts.
Stick. You don't even. The easiest the game is when you don't have to think and you're reacting and you're out there. When you start to think about where you have to be, your position or whatever, you're not only a step behind, right? Like things are going. That's when things speed up and are going too fast. When you hear professionals talk about how the game's slowed down, I talk about it all the time. When I stand at ice level to this day and watch the game and go, holy cow, look at how fast they are. When I stand on the ice with those guys, it's slow. It's just that different mentality, but it's also, too, the confidence in being prepared.
And when that goes away, did you ever have moments where, like, hey, the game's just a little too fast for me right now. I'm thinking too much. Did you have those moments playing?
No, and a lot of times that's maturity and experience is being in the position and knowing it and then trusting it, right? So let me use an example, right? You're in a hockey exam, or you're in a tie game late. When you've been there before, right, you get a comfortability. Okay, let's go get that next one. Oh, we got him right where we want him. As opposed to the position of, oh my God, the sky's falling. Don't make a mistake. Oh my God, I don't want to be on the ice for the game winner against. Oh, it could be. No, go out there and get that. And when your mentality is to go attain that goal instead of being defensive. It's everything you guys are talking about, how this team has looked, how the play calling's looked, right? Especially, the Saints game, the second half of Chicago.
Yeah.
It's more or less like standing back and thinking, oh, wait, what do we do? Not comfortable. When we've rolled this year, it's just been guys out there, offenses out there making plays. We see it. So that's what they got to get back into.
I think the important thing you brought up during that, too, is it comes from experience, and the Lions are the fourth youngest team in the NFL right now. So there was going to be a lull, right? At some point when you are young guys, inconsistency is going to hit. But also, because you're young guys, you have the I don't want to say strength, but you have the ability to come back and bounce back.
The resilience.
Faster. The resiliency, yeah, that's a good word for it.
Think it's almost like your drinking career. Look what you could do when you were 21, 22, 23,
faster, right,
compared to what it takes now. Right? I mean, like, honestly, that's what it is. So the experience of, if I do this, you're not lying to yourself now. When you're younger, you lie to it because you don't care.
Right.
You know what I mean?
And that experience will help out the Lions.
So that's where the coaching comes in.
And you said it before. You learn a lot from losing. So
I'm done with this fucking idiot.
And who you done with?
Cats.
Oh God, I don't even pay attention to that clown.
Cats back at it again. Huh?
Done.
Who is it?
It was Cats. I'm just done for the day. That I have the power to do that. Bye, Cats. But no, that's the whole thing. It's the experience. And here's the one thing that I know. You have to face adversity at some point.
Yes, sir.
The perfect time is in the middle of the season when you've banked wins and it really hasn't hurt you. Now you got to get off your ass and fix those issues because it's becoming more of the norm. Hence 4 straight weeks.
Yep.
Right? But you brought it up yesterday. What do good teams do when they're down? They find a way over those 5 games to go 3-2.
Yep.
Yeah.
And if that's our floor now as Lions, I'm comfortable with where they're at right now.
Yeah. And the difference is, this year they've shown a lot of resiliency. It's not the same old Lions. And I think anybody that's watching the product can actually see that things are different now. They are finding ways to win games that in the past they would have blown miserably.
Right.
Things are different now. You just got to hang in there. The sky's not falling, but at the same time, it's okay to have concerns about where this thing is going because it's getting down to a really important stretch of the season. So.
Yeah, it reminds me of that story, a puppy who lost his way from Billy Madison. You know, like right now, you don't just sit around. You get off your ass and you find that fucking dog. Mm-hmm. And you don't just sit around and take these L's. You get off your ass and you find your fucking way back. That's it. And that's what they're going to do this
Do you
Saturday.
view Jared Goff as a professional?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
the ultimate professional, honestly.
Right, probably one of the, if you look around sports, about the way that goes about his job, and right?
Yeah.
So what do we know about ultimate professionals? Their self-awareness is usually on point, right? Does anybody believe that Jared Goff doesn't know that Jared Goff has to be a whole lot better and has to be, clean and all that stuff? Or do we think Jared Goff is unaware of this?
Yeah, he's self-aware.
He definitely knows.
I mean, he's self-aware now that he's been in Detroit for 3 years. He was not self-aware when he rolled through Birmingham with security.
He ain't know no better, though.
Did you hear that story?
Yeah, I've heard it. Yeah, timeless amount of times.
It's one of the best stories.
But it just speaks to they've been so resilient. Like, they haven't had back-to-back losses so far this season, except this past Sunday. So I mean, they have the wherewithal to know where they're at and to be able to correct it. But we just got to see it, man.
Art Vandelay probably has the best comment right now. It must be nice being under the age of 30 and bitching about the 9-4 Lions. Because us old guys, y'all don't know what 9-4 means.
I mean, we saw 0-16 just like you guys. So.
Yeah, but how old are you, Spenny?
27.
So you're 15 years behind the Lions sucking your entire life.
Yeah.
You're getting to experience good football at the age of 27.
Yeah, that's fair.
I did not. I had 91, so I was 9 years old, and that was it.
This is like the third good year of Lions football in my life.
Yeah, and this is probably the fourth in mine.
Yeah.
And I'm 15 years older than you.
That's fair.
So this is what I get on my old man shit. Like,
I had Schwartz in the car where
y'all don't know the struggles.
Yeah.
Man.
But I'm happy you guys are getting to experience this a lot earlier, because there's a lot of dudes that are dead and in the ground that never got to see the Lions in a Super Bowl.
A lot of hope for the future too.
And there's a lot of dudes dead that never got to see them win a playoff game. Like, there's a lot of dudes dead waiting for the Lions to do shit. Yeah. But if you need insurance,
there's only one place to go for insurance, and that's our buddy
life
Mark
insurance
at Swiss Insurance, because football's here. Also a great time to get that home and auto looked after, just like we do here at Woodward Sports, because Swiss Insurance covers us. Give our buddy Mark a call. Swiss Insurance, 248-800-4177, or go to SwissINS.com.
Where's the most convenient place to get that big fitness energy?
It's Planet Fitness.
Join today for just $1 down, $10 a month. With over 2,400 locations and equipment for every workout, you can get in, get energized, and get going. And with free fitness training and most clubs open 24 hours, everyone belongs in the judgment-free zone. So join today for $1 down, $10 a month, no commitment, cancel anytime. Deal ends Wednesday, September 13th.
Join now at any Metro Detroit location. Hurry, offer ends soon.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Gabby is a college student struggling to study for her big exam. Then she discovered Syntron, a healthy way for her to stay awake and focus. Jennifer frequently has chaotic days like this until she gets online, orders some Syntron, and finds her groove. April visited her local grocery store, purchased a case of Syntron, and entered to win the Syntron 100K Vegas giveaway. Pick up your case of Syntron today at any Meijer location or visit drinksyntron.com/Vegas and enter for the 100K Vegas giveaway.
Born in a cold winter basement in Detroit, three buddies wanting more out of paper, rock, scissors. How bored were they when they were sitting around in a cold basement in Detroit and they're like, you know what? We need to spice up paper, rock, scissors. But they did it. I mean, who thought you could evolve paper, rock, scissors? Jack Labrador, a brand new game like paper, rock, scissors, but there's 2 new symbols and a 3-point play. You want to know what I'm talking about? Just scan that QR code that's above my head right now. It'll take you right to their website. You can order it and put it in someone's stocking today. Such a fun game to play. Go get it now. Jack Labrador. Welcome back to Big D Energy, live on the Woodward Sports Network. My name is Stick, filling in for Neal Rule. Darren McCarty is here. Spencer is here. New guy Kenny is here. And we're having a conversation. And this comment sparked something during the break. Paul M. in the chat It's December. Shouldn't we be talking draft? And he said it with some smiley emojis because he's saying it as a joke. And it is a joke, but I also want everybody to kind of take a deep breath, get some perspective, because he's absolutely fucking right. Traditionally, for Detroit Lions fans, this time of year, we're not talking about playoff seed. We're not talking about division champion. We're not talking about if our quarterback's good enough to take us to a Super Bowl. We're not talking about any of those things. We're talking about, all right, with the number 4 overall pick, who we looking at? Are we going D-line? Are we going to get our quarterback of the future? Are we going to get that Okuda? You know, like, we are in such a luxurious position right now, and such an unfounded position for Detroit Lions fans. I don't even know how a lot of people are acting, and I don't think they know how to act.
We have a lot of comments in the chat right now about how you called it paper, rock, scissors. Easy says it's rock, paper, scissors.
This debate again.
Brandon Husso, paper, rock, scissors. It's rock, paper, scissors. LOL. Booner says paper, rock, scissors is insane. Ryan Letts, why did he say it like that?
That's how I've always said it. We've had this debate before.
Yeah.
It's paper, rock, scissors.
Rock, paper,
it's
scissors.
rock, paper, scissors.
Yeah, it's definitely rock, paper, scissors.
Paper, rock, scissors.
No, why?
I don't know. That's how it flows for me. I've always said it like
I call
this.
it scissors, paper, rock.
It doesn't matter.
Ow! That hurt my ear.
Doesn't matter. It's called Jack Labrador. That's what it's called.
It is called Jack Labrador.
Whatever. The old way is dead. Either
That's
way.
the Jack. That's the Labrador. Get to know it.
That's the shocker.
That's big D. Or that's heavyweights.
I don't know. It's weird what people pick up on, man.
I mean, when everybody in the world calls it rock, paper, scissors, and you're just out there
Joey used to give me shit about that
changing
too.
it around.
Stick likes to go against the grain.
Rock,
man.
paper, scissors. It doesn't even
Oh,
sound
you'll
right.
get to know
Yes,
that.
it does.
Kenny.
Doesn't even sound right. It's
It
paper, rock,
100%
scissors.
sounds right when you say rock, paper, scissors. Small is medium, large.
Put it in the chat
Listen,
poll.
Labrador Jack is much easier.
No.
He didn't catch the
I
joke.
did.
The Labrador
I did.
Jack.
So there you go.
Ha, ha, ha,
ha. I screwed it up. But no, I say paper, rock, scissors. It's just.
No, you don't.
Yeah, I do. I do. And I don't know why that's a thing. But either way, thank you. Thank you guys very much for paying such close attention in
No
the
problem.
chat. We appreciate you, and I will do my best to say rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. Rock, paper, scissors. I don't know.
It don't even feel right to
Oh,
you, does
how
it?
do you feel? Hey,
It does. Like I gotta retrain my
watch
brain.
this.
Right.
You want to know how to get Stick to change it? Sam Flannel just says, I call it paper, rock, scissors too since I was a child. So you and Flannel.
God damn.
There you go.
The two lightning rods of,
Rock,
the, of the
paper,
network.
scissors. You want to get Stick to change? There it is.
It's not gonna get me to change. It's just like,
Yeah.
my and Flannel's brain working the same
course
frightens me.
Made my day.
That's what I'm saying. Like, of everybody, like, it couldn't have been easy, or it couldn't be, like, because Flannel and I have eccentric brains.
At least it wasn't cats.
Yeah.
Yeah, we don't hear from him no more.
Well, that's
Oh,
good.
did you put it in the? You put it.
He'll be back.
Yeah, I told him put it in the chat. Many listens when
Yeah.
you need these chats, just so you know, it's only a 90 percentile. It's not a runaway.
Yeah.
We've had runaways
We have.
lately.
It's rock, paper, scissors. 88.
88%.
Paper, rock, scissors.
Maybe it's Mandela.
It could be Mandela.
Yeah, maybe it's Stick when you grew up, when you first got your rock paper scissor kit.
Maybe it's just the name Sam. Like
Could
if
be
your
a
first
Sam
name's
thing.
Sam.
Yeah,
We
could
gotta
be.
call Fish and see what Fish calls it.
That's true.
That could be the deciding.
Call him right now. Put it on speaker.
You want me to call Fish right now?
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Oh God.
Put it on speaker.
Shout out
I don't
Fish,
know what
man.
he's gonna say, dude.
Yeah.
That's the brilliance.
That's the
That's
best
why we're
part.
on the internet. That's why it's allowed.
Just give him let him know that he's live on air.
God.
Or don't.
He better pick up.
Boys, what country's he in?
Where in the world?
Where is Fish? Where in the world is Carmen
Well, how do I
Fistiego?
ask this question though without giving it away?
Hello there, sir.
Hello, Mr. Fish. You are live on the Woodward Sports, so please watch your
Big
P's
the
and Q's.
energy, Fish.
Okay.
Welcome back.
I want you to settle a debate for me.
The game where you play with your hands.
You know the game where you have 3 options and you play with your hands and somebody else has to throw one of 3?
Is it darts?
No, scissors is part of it. You know that?
Oh, Can I say it? Rock, paper, scissors?
It's a.
You're supposed to say paper, rock, scissors.
No,
Fish.
you're supposed to say rock, paper, scissors, but the fact is that so it's not a Sam thing. It's just you and Flannel.
Yeah,
thing.
me and Flannel Sam call it the other way, and we thought another Sam would still be in line with us, but you went against the Sams, Fish.
So what is it? It's supposed to be paper, rock, scissors?
No, it's not.
Yes,
Fish.
it is. Yes, it is. Thank you, Fish.
You said it right, Fish.
Fish, would you like to address all your fans in the chat right now that haven't heard from you in a while?
I'm doing great. I'm safe. I'm happy. And that's about all I have to say.
I love you, Fish.
We love you, buddy. I'll call you soon and we can watch. When are we doing sumo again?
I think it's January 14th, I believe, is the first day.
All right, sumo at my place.
Sounds great.
All right, love you, buddy.
See you, Fish.
See you, Fish.
Love you, Fish.
There it is.
No better human being on the planet than Sam Fisher.
He's the best.
Big shout out.
Oh, I should have had him do a
You
hottie
got
and not.
Kenny. That's what Fish started.
I got big shoes to fill, man.
There it is.
Yeah, Fish is the pioneer
Of the fish bowl.
of the fish bowl. Stick say it free. Okay, so either way, I guess that's settled. But we got to hear from
He
Fish.
called Joyke Bell a bitch to his face. Legendary.
No, really?
Yeah.
No way.
Do you have the video?
No way.
I have a bunch of those videos.
I'll send the video.
To his face?
You're
The
a
Fish
bitch.
Joyke
How about
Bell, like, butting heads was one of my favorite parts of Woodward
it's
sports.
oh
the
my
best. It's
God.
literally the best thing that has ever happened to Woodward.
Because Joyke would roll in here in his Tesla like 1 minute before the show. Fish would be in here for hours getting things ready, and like Fish had an odd resentment towards Joyke, and it was great. Spenny, you find that, but
I got it. I just sent it to myself and
yeah, early on in Woodward sports. How long have you been following?
For almost the whole 3 years.
Okay, almost the whole 3 years. Like
Yeah.
early on, DMAC, The Hook was a show with Pilar and Maz.
Yeah,
and
y'all
D-Mac.
had the bottom line or the final word or whatever it was.
That was.
Hey, you know Neal's done a hell of a job when we can't. I do the same thing, dude. I go in my head, I go, is it the bottom line or the final word? The bottom line. Bonnie and Edwards.
You guys have done a great job rebranding them.
That's all Neal, bro.
Fish was a part of it. Fish.
Belizian and Bell was before the final word.
Originally, it was me, Joey, and Chrissy talking sports in the morning.
Yep.
Then it was me, Joey, and Corey. Then it was me and Corey. Then it was Adam, Kennedy, and Jeff.
Yep.
And then.
I got the Fish video. I got
Sean
the
and
Fish
Joyke was a
video
great
here
show.
from Belizian and Bell. So this was Fish doing his thing.
Morning when I wake up, what they say doesn't bother me. No man can never make me feel any type of way for not doing what they want me to do.
You're a bitch.
So,
Does that work?
Look at his face.
I almost said something
that work?
about your beautiful mother, but she's a lovely lady, so I'm not going to say
That
anything.
doesn't faze
Watch
me.
your
Say
mouth.
whatever you want.
Watch your mouth, Fish. I'll come in there and I'll throw you through that fucking glass.
Oh my God. That's gold.
Oh man, that is legendary. That's my favorite Woodward sports moment
That's
ever.
when we didn't have the air conditioning fixed in the studio. You see
Yeah.
Joyke just like glistening with sweat.
Oh my God. The way he said it so nonchalantly. It was just-
You're a bitch.
You're a
How about
bitch.
that?
All 87 pounds of fish.
Yeah.
Joyke sitting there just jacked.
Joyke is a scary human being. I would not want to tackle Joyke Bell. He's fucking massive.
No, because you're not like
even
that,
joking
that,
around
these
with
epitomes,
him.
and you know where Joyke played and how he ran or whatever like that. Like you got to tackle. That's a backup.
He's built like a refrigerator. Dude.
Yeah.
His thighs, the size of his, it was fucking
Dude, when he
crazy.
played softball with us in
Yeah.
the summer, like he had to bat left-handed because every hit was just over. Like we hit our home run limit, and he couldn't hit the ball without hitting a home run. Like he could in base hits out of the question. I'm either going
Right.
yard or going home.
It's fair.
So he batted left-handed for us, so he wouldn't hit home runs. Like that's how massive that man is.
Man.
Shout out to Joyke.
Shout
bro.
out Joyke.
Shout out
Yeah,
Joyke,
he
bro.
was. I mean, honestly, what a
Yesterday's
great
prices
start.
ain't today's prices.
Facts. Multiple weapons.
Lepins?
Lepins.
You say
multiple lepins.
We should turn this into a clip show today because I got a
man.
ton saved in my phone
There's a lot.
about like Jared Goff's girlfriend and
Send
fish
them.
with the pillows.
Yeah, you
Send
can
them.
send them.
You remember that?
Oh yeah.
All right. What time is it? We got to take a break, so
We
I'll
do
do
gotta
that
take a
while we're
break.
taking
You
a
got to
break.
talk about lunch.
But first, we talked about fish Big Boy's got fish.
Big Boy does have fish.
Delicious fish, but they also have delicious comfort foods for you to enjoy. It's wintertime, it's cold outside, so why don't you slide on in there and get some of those potato pancakes or stuffed potato pancakes. All the comfort food, down home comfort going on at a Big Boy near you. Hit them up, bigboy.com.
Stop searching for a vehicle and start finding one. Les Stanford Chevrolet Cadillac makes it easy. We harness the power of multiple dealerships and own the biggest selection of GM brands in the area to get you the car you need. With the Les Stanford Group, you'll have access to 4 different dealerships, providing you with more makes, more models, and more choices. We're connected to more than 1,000 vehicles. And with so many high-quality CPO vehicles available, you'll find new car quality at pre-owned prices. You can start and end your search at lesstanford.com today.
Come to any Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men for an award-winning haircut experience from one of our talented stylists and register for a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity to win an all-expenses-paid suite for the 2024 NCAA tournament for you and 5 of your best buds. That's right, college basketball's most elite event. You and your 5 best friends just get to any Lady Jane's today for an award-winning haircut experience and automatically register to win the trip of your dreams. Lady Jane's Haircuts for Men, open 7 days a week. Walk in anytime. Lady Jane's, it's wicked awesome.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
How would you like to win a 100K Vegas getaway? Take your closest friends and live it up in this city that never sleeps. It's the Cintron Energy. Drink it and live it. Purchase 24-pack today and enter to win the 100K Vegas getaway at drinkcintron.com/Vegas and buy Cintron at your local Meijer store. Cintron, the healthier energy drink with great taste. Look good, feel great, and be the best version of yourself with Cintron.
Welcome back to Big D Energy, live on the Woodward Sports Network. Thank you guys for being a part of the show. We appreciate you. I'm still looking for some of these funny clips that we have. I just sent you the fish pillows one, so we can play that coming up, maybe to end the show or whatever. This fish talking about Jared Goff's girlfriend.
Oh, God.
But be unaware that he's talking about his girlfriend. So, yeah, thank you guys for being a part of the chat today. It's been a fun show. I mean, it's the holiday season.
You sent it to me on Slack or did you text me?
Email.
Oh,
Send it to your email.
Nice.
Yeah, it's the holiday season. Everything should be light. There should be a fun time. The Lions are 9-4.
Yes,
they got a
sir.
home game that was flexed to Saturday night prime time. Downtown is going to be absolutely insane. Make sure you stop by the tailgate with us with Bullseye, because that's going to be a party down there. And you know, when the Lions win on Saturday night, people are going to flood the streets. Going to be a party outside of Ford Field. Like, I'm geeked for this. This town deserves it. This town has waited a long time for this. And now it's time for the team to back it up. Because I feel like the couple times this year that the Lions team has had a chance to really make this thing explode, they've kind of dropped the ball. And that was Seattle. Like, if the Lions come off beating Kansas City, they come in, we're talking about everybody's got the villain mask on, the crowd's going hype, this is our year. Wah, wah, wah. You know, and then Thanksgiving Day, like, this is going to be the first Thanksgiving that they win in a long time. Wah, wah, wah. So they've had a couple big moments to really, really just take this thing by the horns and pick up all the momentum. And I think Saturday night is their next big chance to make that happen. And I think this team's ready to do it, D-Mac.
Well, it's a huge opportunity.
Yeah.
And when you look at everything, the fact of how dialed in Dan Campbell has to be playing Sean Payton, it's a perfect storm to have it at home. And those disappointments, again, going into what is the message being preached by this coaching staff, it's the opportunity. Now, they've done what they needed to do for the most part on the road this year. That's where they played their best football. That's where they've, done the things to close games out. That's where they've played the teams tough. This is a great opportunity to give the home fans a little bit, not only to get the double-digit wins, give Dan Campbell a win against his mentor, but where everything stands, and the fact that, you know what, you let us down on Thanksgiving, you let us down second game of the year after coming. So this is another opportunity. Sports is about opportunity and redemption.
And I really feel like this is the moment for the Lions. Like, if they want everybody back on the wagon, everybody full momentum going forward, we can let the Jared Goff shits go away for 4 weeks till we get into the playoffs and really stop the doubting and just say, hey, this is the team we got. We love them. We're rolling with them because you got no choice at this point, unless you're signing some free agent that I don't know exists. Like, this is the squad. And if they come out and just crush them or even win a good football game 4 quarters all the way through, I think everybody's back feeling good. It's a plant your flag moment for the team, and we're off and rolling again. And I just, of all the things this team has accomplished, they haven't given us Lions fans that big moment yet.
At home.
At home.
Right. And all those questions that we're talking about, and you see in the chat thread, and everybody's bringing up this week, can be answered if they want to answer them. Or you have the ability, you'll be more questions to answer next week. But I got to think the way that this team has played, especially in not losing 2 games in a row, and the fact of bouncing back after disappointment, and because, again, they haven't played as well this year at Ford Field as they had last year.
Right.
That's just facts.
And now's the time. It's going to be a party.
No weather. No
Saturday night. No weather. And what is the weather going to be here Saturday? I know it doesn't matter because they're playing in the dome.
Be nice, isn't it?
But I'm just talking about the celebration. Yeah, it's going to be 50s downtown.
Oh, really?
So this has all the ingredients to feeling like a playoff game.
Yeah. Spenny, what is
and a celebration like a playoff game after too.
Now, will you be here for the live stream, or are you going to the tailgate, or are you going to be downtown?
I'm going to watch first half at Cicerelli's.
Okay.
And then I'm going to come here and then back to Cicerelli's for the party after.
Nice.
That's
where it's at.
That's my Saturday.
Do the Lions clinch playoffs? Not the division, but do they clinch playoffs if they win?
They can.
Washington has to beat the Rams, and the Phillies got to beat Seattle.
Okay.
Is Cicerelli's going to have the UFC fights on Saturday?
No, not this Saturday, but we will coming up. Yeah, we're working on that. Yeah, they have a chance to clinch if they win. Plus, a couple other things happen, like team match. There's 5 different scenarios where they do make the playoffs. I think a lot of it's predicated on a Seahawks loss and a Rams loss.
Okay,
those 2 things have to happen. But yeah, they have a chance to secure the playoff spot this weekend. But they need some help. But if they win 2 games, they're in no matter what.
Oh, of course. Yeah.
So this week may not be the week they get the asterisk.
Well, if you're going back to and sort of setting yourself up to build towards the playoffs, in hockey, it'd be the last month of the year, right? And you want to put yourself in a position, right? Either you're locked into your playoff position with that last game to see if you need to rest guys or not. So that's the luxury to have.
Imagine the Lions resting starters. What a world.
Dan Campbell just said that Chauncey Gardner-Johnson is medically cleared, and he will likely start practicing next week.
Which was the 20th, which he forecasted.
Yeah,
so, yeah.
Huzzah, huzzah, yeah. Huzzah.
CJ, GJ back, CD Deuce. Let's get it.
Like me after I eat some strawberries. CD Deuce. CD Deuce.
Like the pictures you be sending me?
Yep. CD Deuce.
That's crazy.
We need him.
Him, James Houston.
James Houston need.
Where are we at with him?
Everybody's talking about the problems with the Lions, and they're here. They're just not healthy. The solution's here.
Hopefully, yeah.
They're just not healthy.
James Houston, they said maybe he'll get cleared late December.
Last week of the season, I'm thinking.
Yeah.
Possibly.
And even then, does he come back at full speed? How long will it take him to acclimate? I don't know. But even having the threat of a James Houston on the field, I think we're all more comfortable with that.
But what does Chauncey Gardner-Johnson bring to this team?
Oh, swag.
Yeah.
The vibes you always talk about that are...
Better vibes.
Huh?
Better vibes than the vibes they want.
Right.
They don't want Chauncey Gardner-Johnson vibes. That's why I was surprised they brought him in.
I swear to God.
You're shocked they brought him in?
I was a little
because
bit.
of the shit talking.
The way he talks shit, the way he fights with people, on the field. I was surprised they brought him in. I didn't think he was their kind of guy.
The Lions normally don't make those kind of moves. They don't.
Really?
So I was surprised too. Absolutely.
See, I don't think how the outward appearance is. I think it's all about the love of football. That's all I think they care about. They want guys that live and breathe football. If you talk shit, that's one thing. But if you're a quiet guy that loves the sport, they got you too. That's what I think of when I think of what they're drafting for.
Yeah.
I don't know if the shit talking came into play because everybody out on that field talking shit.
They need more players with fire like a CJ Gardner-Johnson. Seriously.
Yeah.
I'm sick of the choir boys. I'm sick of, the vibes, the locker room vibes. They need to get some dogs in here.
You need a balance.
Yeah.
Right? You need
Stevie
a
Y
couple
and you need
CJs,
D-Man.
Right,
you need a couple, you need a couple Ragnows, right? Like Ragnow's your silent leader, isn't he? You don't really hear anything of him, but I'm sure that Big Frank can give you a look, and you're gonna you're gonna back off a little bit. But there's different kinds of leadership, but it's got to ebb and flow in the room. Jared Goff, more of a quiet leader, right?
Yeah.
He's got.
But that's
lead
what
by
you want
example.
at that position, don't you? That's what you want at your quarterback position. The never panic. I can look to. He's calm. Like I don't want a quarterback that's running around with his pants on fire all the time.
Well, not with his pants on fire, but a little bit of fire is good. Like Brady, he's not a silent leader. Brady's talking shit to everybody.
Oh yeah, he got
Mahomes too.
Mahomes does.
Mahomes too. Yeah.
That's the worst call I've ever seen.
Can we talk about that?
That was such a bit. He was obviously offsides.
That makes me not like the Chiefs, and I like the Chiefs.
No. Deeper.
When you
let's go deeper. That's a freaking phenomenal leadership play and forget the whining. Right? The focus is on the official.
Yeah, it's
not his teammate.
Not on
That's
Tony.
true.
Yeah.
It'd be so easy. How many guys? Don't say it because because I thought
Don't you want your
immediately
leader
when
to
I
have
saw the
accountability,
clip,
though?
he was yelling at Tony. Yeah. I thought he was yelling at his own guy because in the locker room, bro's up against the wall.
Yeah, he's caused them like.
Bro,
2 games
we get in that locker.
Yeah.
So the deterrent and what Patrick Mahomes, where he took it because of his the way he felt he disrespected Josh Allen. One thing, going after the official too, whatever. Like I can be wrong like that emotionally, but I saw it of taking all the heat off of because you never heard of a Kadarius Tony.
Yeah, it was his fault.
Making the play, right? It was all and after you can go back and go, oh yeah, I was emotional. Yeah, you're right. He made the right call and stuff like this, but it was totally taken.
But what I didn't like on it was when he walked up to Josh Allen after the game, he didn't dap Josh Allen up and be like, "Good game, you played well." He was like, "That's the worst call I've ever seen."
Right. Which he did address.
Yeah.
After he said what I'm mad about is how I approached Josh. Which is. Think about how we've all been in situations where we didn't act right. And I'm not saying you didn't, but I looked at it, okay, all the attention's off the guy who fucked up.
Yeah.
To me, that's leadership. Yet again, different disrespect because he didn't dab up his boy and stuff like this. And it wasn't the worst call because you hear what he says now when we look back and we see.
Man, he was looking dead at the
trying to
ball and he's
keep
still
that ball,
offsides. I don't get it.
Who's the one guy that should be cut off of that Kansas City team?
Kadarius Toney.
He's cost them some
Not even
games.
just for that, he's dropped 800 passes this year. So if you want to talk about leadership, that's leadership in a different way.
They said they haven't given up on Kadarius Toney, is
I bet
Andy
they
Reid's
haven't.
quote. And they should. I mean, he's talented, but he's just a space cadet out there, man.
Hey, the Giants might have been on to something. That's all I'm going to say.
I mean, the Giants won that trade.
Did you say kind of? No. Truly. I mean, idiot. Come on, man.
Yeah.
You got one job.
Right. Just like Guardian Alarm. They got one job to keep you safe, and that is exactly what they do.
So let Guardian Alarm offer you customized solutions from real expert professional technicians. Take the time to recommend security automated solutions specific to your needs, but I need you to call Guardian Alarm today. The number, 1-800.
Stay up.
Call it 24/7 professional monitoring. Call anytime, day or night. No other Guardian team member will stay on the phone as long as it's needed. But I need you to call the number 1-800.
Stay up.
Technology backed by people. Your safety and security deserves technology has been proven to work in people who have been proven to care, whether it's business, personal. Guardian don't care. Just call them. They got your back.
Tupac cares.
1-800.
Stay out of winning a game for the second straight month, Pistons.
That's true. They're going to
Ouch.
stay out. Guardian Alarm Local Security Experts. Tell them Big D Energy. We sent you. Calling all landscapers. This is Darren McCarty. I'm at Outdoor Equipment Co. How would you like to landscape like a legend? How about a bad boy zero turn? And even a chainsaw. And even a weed whipper. So register today at OutdoorEquipCo.com, and even you could have DMAC on your landscaping crew.
Brace yourselves, Detroit. As the sun begins to set, two of Woodward Sports' brightest young stars will be taking the mic for a brand new show. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder. The dog days in Detroit are over, and the boys are unleashed. Join in on the banter and hop on the bandwagon of the #1 night show on the internet. Tune into the Woodward Sports YouTube channel every weeknight from 8 to 10 p.m. Woodward Nights with Spooner and Broder.
Your home is your most important asset. Flexibility in the sales process is key. When you work with Mark White & Associates, you can cancel at any time, for any reason, without penalty. Speaking of flexibility, check this out. Who you work with matters. Hire the best broker in the game.
What happens when you run a great business for over 50 years? You expand and offer more products to more people. This is exactly what Les Stanford did by adding Les Stanford Buick GMC, the same great service that customers have come to know and trust. On Woodward Ave, just south of 9 Mile. Check out Les Stanford in Dearborn today. Find the brand you want at lesstanford.com.
Weelcome back to Big D Energy live on the Woodward Sports Network. D-Mac, what's going on with you and Ski Mask Boy right now?
No, he just wanted to know if I would get my hair cut bald, and I told him that he can come down here to the studio and find out who leaves the studio bald. This is a golf banter. There's no golf going on right now, so we're just having a little bit of fun.
Well, someone said, "What you gonna do?" And he replied, "Shotgun or rifle?" What does that mean?
Need a little bit more than that, bro.
And
might leave a dent. Then what are you gonna do when I get up?
And I'd say you have a small army here too. So
Yeah,
let's not be throwing around threats. Say what you want. We're all nice guys, but you know what's that phrase? It takes a whole lot of violence to become this nice.
Yes.
Well, that's the whole thing.
Right.
Right. Is
some guys talk and some guys
because you enjoy peace because you know violence.
Correct.
Yeah.
People who talk about it or talk about fight or whatever like that have never been punched in the face.
Welcome back to Big D Energy. My name is Stick. That is 4-time Stanley Cup champion Darren McCarty.
Punched in the face a lot.
And gave a lot of punches too now.
Yep.
Well, that's all right.
NGK in the sound booth and Spencer Raxter.
Spinmo.
Whew, man. So we don't have pick'ems going on, right?
No pick'ems.
You want to do pick'ems? Because I'm not going to be here tomorrow. So you guys want to? I mean, I could get into my score predictions for the Lions game.
Yeah, go.
But
go
something
ahead,
was brought
Stick.
up.
Give us a breakdown.
Something was brought up in the chat though, and I don't know if this is true or not, but I kind of maybe might think it's a possibility. That's how committed I am to this opinion. Jared Goff's injured.
Possibility commitment?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, all right.
Yeah, possibility might maybe.
Okay.
Do you guys feel that Jared Goff's injured?
No.
No.
Because I'll admit, he's throwing a lot of ducks lately.
Yeah, that's what he does.
Early in the season, those were darts.
Yeah.
I think we could go back and count how many ducks he was throwing in those early games. I'm not sure if it's something the team hasn't disclosed.
To me, watch his feet. When he's comfortable and he's not happy feeding it or throwing off his back foot or to me it's being protected, right? It's being able to make those throws. When he can make a throw, like anyone here, like when he stands there, 5-step drop, whatever like this, going to Amon-Ra St. Brown or even throwing deep to J-Mo that he's caught touchdowns, hasn't been riled, hasn't been pressure. He's on his spark. Boom, those are good passes.
Yeah.
It's when he's off back, he can't make. His arm's not strong enough to make that off-balance pat that we see Patrick Mahomes or Josh Allen make or stuff like this. So again, to me, it's more of scheme, right? It's more of protect. So again, is this because, right, the chink in the armor is the Frank Ragnow? Jonah Jackson comes back. He's been hurt. The offensive line is that. I think it's more. If I was gonna answer your question, do you think Goff's hurt? No, I think that. His offensive line being hurt.
So you think it's the pressure?
Because if you go back to earlier in the season, and don't quote me, I'm going to use a number. If it was 2.5 to release the ball, it's now 2.1, which in the NFL
0.4 is a lot.
It's huge,
yeah.
Right? It just seems that the pressure or those guys that are getting to him when they're getting him down weren't getting there before.
Yeah, and that's more so on the offensive line.
It's on both. It's on him not speeding up his clock to know that he's at a 2-3 now or whatever, or trusting or not getting the job done as they were earlier when they were healthy with their full assessment. Into your mouth. Yes, that clock.
Yeah, just people in the chat. Some people are saying, yes, I thought he's been injured. Something happened during the bye week. Spirals are about grip and throwing form.
It's because he's got tiny hands.
So I knew that was coming.
And he had the gloves on this past week, so
double gloves. He had two gloves.
He never really throws darts when he's wearing those gloves.
Brian Lentz said it literally before they took the field. He's like, I swear to God, if Goff comes out with the gloves, turtleneck, and hand warmers, I'm going to be so pissed. And what did he come out with? The trifecta. The turtleneck, the double gloves, and the hand warmers.
Well, Spenny, you're the one that brings this up, though.
Yeah.
Isn't the imperativeness for Jared Goff also to where he's playing?
Yes, for sure. He's going to be more
if he's in a dome.
We're playing in domes the rest of the year. So
Right. So you got to like that, do you not?
Yeah, it definitely helps.
Yes. So the fact that, so we got that going for us.
Yeah, they've played a lot better at home. That's definitely without question.
I mean, they've lost 2 games at home.
I mean, true, but the offenses look relatively good at home.
Yeah, better. I'd say better. I don't know about. I don't know. I feel like the pressure of the home crowd has gotten to them a couple times.
This has got to be a statement game, is what you're saying.
Right? Back to that conversation.
For the rest of the NFL.
For everybody. Like, if you win this game, everybody starts to believe again. Mm-hmm. You know, because Minnesota peaked up. They were a threat for all of 5 minutes. Everybody started to get scared of what Dobbs could do and another mobile quarterback that the Lions can't do. Now it's Nate Mullins. I don't know who's less mobile, him or Jared Goff. They're about the same dude when it comes to mobility. And Nate Mullins, you know, he's not going to beat you. Like, he's really not. So I'm not worried about the Vikings anymore. The Packers kind of showed their ass on Monday Night Football. Everybody was worried about Jordan Love taking that next step. He's still a young quarterback, so he's going to have great moments, and he's going to have shitty moments. And I'm not sure how that's going to play out the rest of the season, but I'm no longer very concerned about anybody else.
Not even Dallas.
I mean, they may lose that game, but I don't think that matters come playoff time, honestly. Once they clinch their playoff and clinch the division, if they lose to Dallas, it's one of those how they lose, not if they lose type thing.
Yeah.
Like if they go in there and get clocked like they did against Baltimore, then yeah, maybe we have some concerns. But if they lose a tight game in Dallas, not really gonna fuck you, Spencer. Trying to talk here, buddy.
Can somebody help him with that Whopper, please?
For real.
Yeah.
Baby Whopper Junior hands. Dallas is gonna put up 50 on the Lions. That's gonna be ugly.
Damn, 50?
Yeah.
Not the 50 ball.
It's going to be 50.
We've seen the Dallas story how many times? How many times have we seen this Dallas story play out? They come on at the end of the season.
I'm not saying they're going to win the Super Bowl or anything, but I'm just saying they're going to beat they're going to beat the Lions.
And what if the Lions beat the Cowboys? How are you feeling about Detroit?
That would be a great win.
Would you rather have 2 wins over the Vikings and a loss in Dallas, or 1 Dallas win?
I'd rather have 1 Dallas win.
Yeah.
Really?
The Dallas win would go a long way.
Well, no. If like 1 win against the Vikings and 1 win against Dallas, or you're saying you lose both games to the Vikings and you beat? I'd rather beat the Vikings twice.
That's why, once they secure their spot, I'm not really concerned about what happens in Dallas.
Amen. Because that's the whole thing. I want our position, whether it's the home game, whether it's lock the division up or whatever, like going in that Dallas game. So you have options,
right?
Whether to play guys, try different things, do whatever else. So
the key to me now is just health. That's all you.
Absolutely.
That's all you want for the Lions. Just get healthy over these next 4 weeks.
Key to me is don't turn the ball over.
That is also.
Well, that's to win the game. I'm talking to win the whole damn thing.
Yeah.
Win a game, don't turn the ball over.
They seem to be getting healthy at the right time, so.
I hate you so much, Spencer. I hate you so much. The fact that you have control over there just drives me absolutely insane. Do that shit whenever you want.
You got these tiny hands.
You got these tiny hands.
Can't hold a Whopper.
And I wonder, Jared Goff doesn't have tiny hands in the scape of humans. No. He does for quarterbacks.
Yeah.
And that's.
I think I have bigger hands than Jared. I do have big hands though.
Yeah, you're a monster.
Yeah.
You're a monster. How far can you throw a football?
Pretty far.
Pretty far?
Yeah.
Farther than Jared Goff?
Probably not. He's an NFL quarterback.
Self-awareness, so Spready. Look at that. No, what are you, freaking crazy? But I can wobble it like him.
Yeah, you throw justice like him.
Dude, I can throw the 10-yard out wobbler.
D-Mac, tell us about Dispo.
Absolutely. Experience Dispo Romeo, a team that curates an exclusive atmosphere. You can go see the morning show and Big D Energy at the Romeo location tomorrow. It's mixed with the fresh inventory of Michigan's largest variety of products. First ever cannabis mall of its kind, conveniently located off Van Dyke 32 Mile Road in Romeo. Join them in celebrating this Christmas season. Hang out with Santa at Dispo Romeo every Friday and Saturday.
What?
Up until Christmas, don't miss
Santa.
out. Dispo Dispensary,
I know him.
DispoShops.com, your local cannabis plug.
Since the dawn of moving people, Chevrolet has led the way. The world of transportation is changing. At Feldman Chevrolet, we are leading the charge forward. With every electric vehicle, every mile traveled, one Feldman at a time. The company that puts more Chevys on Michigan roads is now the #1 name for Chevy electric vehicles.
Now, coming to Woodward Sports, Woodward and Main Street, the Woodward Sports Network Detroit Lions Show. Let's go! Catch Gabrielle D. Phillips, Matt Broder, and Terry Foster for all the latest news on your Detroit Lions every week. Only on the Woodward Sports Network YouTube channel and woodwardsports.com.
We've just received word. The world's cannabis supply has vanished. The public is outraged and has taken to the streets in response to this tragedy. The individual responsible acted alone, and we can only hope they will make things right soon.
Join Woodward Sports and Spetty's new favorite long drink live this Saturday night for the official Lions VIP tailgate party. Eastern Market Shed 5, gonna be a bash, 5:30. It starts. Kool-Aid, Nick, everybody. Detroit Live, Woodward Sports gonna be down there, official tailgate. You could do it like a VIP, food, beverages, entertainment, all included. Stick already told you what a party it's gonna be down in the D. It's gonna be like 50 degrees too. Why wouldn't you get out there? Get your tickets online today, bullseyeeventgroup.com, or win some from Woodward Sports today. Just subscribe to our YouTube, follow us on Instagram, direct message, Lions VIP.
All right, welcome back to Big D Energy live on the Woodward Sports Network. It's that time of the show where you get to slide in the chat and ask questions to anybody on the panel, whether
Real quick.
it's me. Huh?
Real quick, Red Wings tonight, LCA, 7:30 game, not a 7 o'clock start. Billy Husso in net. No JT Confer, no Dylan Larkin, maybe this weekend, but they're being held out. So Derek Lalonde said he liked the way that Husso, he felt he won him the game the other night in St. Louis, is playing the third period, so he's going to go back-to-back. So, yeah, big game tonight. Put two back-to-back together. We were talking about it yesterday, but great opportunity for different guys to step up. So we saw, Veleno, Rasmussen step up. I'd look to DeBrincat and Kane. This is, we're getting into that time where time to carry the load a little bit, boys. So it should be a good game.
Yeah, this team's exciting. This team it's young and exciting,
it's entertaining.
and they're on their way up, and you're just waiting for them to hit their stride. And they're gonna, right, D-Mac? Like, it's building towards that.
Well, yeah, I mean, and it's just like the inconsistency and sort of learning how to win. But
Yeah.
they're right in the hunt. The bottom line is you can't go on a long losing streak. You got to be able to put games back to back and together. And you look at the way the standings are. It's the same way. It's Batman hockey. So the parody's right there.
So Spencer's a Zima guy. You don't know what a Zima is?
I don't know what Zima is.
Oh,
no.
Zima and Chambord back in the day was money. Zima was like
He put a watermelon Jolly Rancher in his. I could see Spencer walking around a house party with some Zimas. It was
Drop
like
some Molly, some E.
It was like White Claw
Zima.
before White Claw.
That sounds good to me.
Yeah,
It's white. Yeah, it was those White Claws before all those drinks.
Yeah, it was a bottled White Claw back in the day. Like, all the girls in high school used to drink it at high school house parties back in the late 90s.
I don't like White Claws, but I do like long drink. I'll tell you what.
What's your favorite?
Those
Shameless
things are
plug.
good. And they're gin mixers. They're good, man.
You're a gin guy.
I like gin. Yeah.
I am not a gin guy.
Well, speaking
little
of,
too dry
his
for me.
fucking clothes slide on and off.
Yeah, it's true.
Ask Spenny, you think MSU basketball will make the March Madness?
Well, I don't know. It's not looking good. I mean, they're gonna have to. I need Xavier Booker to get more minutes. It's like Izzo says he's not ready, but he's better than Matty Sissoko and Carson Cooper. You can't say he's not. So we'll see. It's looking pretty rough though. Hockey school.
Brad Hendricks, will the Pistons bring out the Thunder Sticks for the record-breaking game of December 30th at LCA?
Yeah.
Oh, man.
What is the NBA record for consecutive losses?
26. Single season is 26.
So December 30th is when the Pistons could hit that mark.
Yeah.
Do we celebrate like that? Do we go back to what they did for Matt Millen, a Millen Man March?
No, I think nobody should go to the games ever.
I mean, last night you looked around that crowd. It was pretty
I literally want to
scarce.
see nobody. Nobody except for media members should be in those stands. Nobody.
Come on.
No.
Come on. There's kids that like basketball.
Don't care.
You got to go see the
Take
kids.
them to a better game.
Do you think there's more people
Take 'em
there
to a high
going to
school
see
game.
Joel Embiid
Yeah.
than
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
actually
absolutely.
Cade and all them last
We're
night?
at that point in the season. They're
Yeah.
just coming to see the other team
Oh,
start.
they're asking for more fish videos. Here's the pillows one.
Can we hang on though? We didn't take a second to
out
appreciate
Art.
pillows at all.
Oh.
Like we have to take a second. Those are different pillows.
Those are different pillows. They look just as comfy, though.
But
Those are like the
best-
hotel type of pillows that you can't find anywhere except right there.
But can we have a moment?
I gotta talk about that.
You got to talk about what, Fish?
So I have a pillow which is, I don't know how old, it's a lot old. It's got one side soft, one side firm. I bought my pillow on vacation. My parents made fun of me. I'm like, you don't want to sleep on your own pillow? They're like, hell no. I bought my pillow on vacation. I said, fucking, I'm bringing my pillow.
I'll tell you what, if those were my pillows that Art just had up on the screen, I would be taking them everywhere.
Everywhere. Would you take that pillow with you, Fish?
You like those pillows, Fish?
I would have to feel them first.
So if you want to be like
I would have
Fish,
to
you
feel
don't
them
want
first.
those pillows. They're way too expensive, bud. Bring the ones from home.
And you know what?
Big
That's
facts.
where Jared Goff's small hands come in handy.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Let's
Get a
be
lot of
honest.
tight spaces, man.
Pillows.
Good for Jared Goff.
Good for Jared.
For anybody who didn't know, that's Jared Goff's girl, right?
Yes.
Yes.
That is. What's her name? Kristen Harper?
Kristen Harper. Yeah.
Yeah. Nice lady.
She's. Stop it!
Oh, God.
Oh, man, that was hilarious.
When he won his first game in Detroit.
It's the greatest video ever.
The SpongeBob video. Who edited that?
That was my idea. Justin edited it.
Justin edited it?
Yeah.
R.I.P. Justin.
R.I.P. Justin.
Legend. Absolute
Oh, yeah.
legend. We need more of that. Yes. Yeah. That's we used to do all that all the time. Let's
Yeah,
see.
it was
What
fun.
show is this? These Make-A-Wish people.
That was the morning show.
That was the morning show back in the
We
day.
know who these fake friends are.
We know who the real ones
The
are.
real ones know.
Yeah, Art was the TD
Yeah.
then.
Art trained me.
Yeah, Corey was on the show.
Corey was on the show.
And then Fish was the sound guy. That was good times.
Fish
man.
was the sound guy for every single show.
He was.
Literally every show. It was Fish.
And I remember he worked for free for us for 3 months because he was an intern. And then we
Damn.
finally signed him on and we gave him a $2,000 signing bonus, right? Because of all the hours he put in. We thought it'd be nice.
Right.
That check did not get cashed for 8 months.
Yep.
Wow.
He sat on his signing bonus and did not cash the check.
Hey, you know who? Hey, you bring that up. You know, this brings a story up, right? Ozzy. So Ozzy, his first year, used to live at Riverfront with Drapes.
Okay.
Drapes and I come back to the one we're at for lunch or whatever like this. Ozzy wasn't there and whatever. He goes, "Can you believe this fucking guy?" He goes, "What?" And he goes, "Well, Kathy from the office called down. He said, once we go into Ozzy's room and look, he's got a dozen checks." Right, every 2 weeks getting paid, checks sitting there on his dresser that were uncashed for like 8 months. The Red Wings are going, so it's not, it's probably, I mean, it's a lot of money. It's probably a couple $100,000 or whatever like this. But it's like
You're fucking up accounting.
Somebody, so Drake, we'd have to take Ozzy to the bank, go get him set up, and be like, no, like that's how. That's what it reminded me.
Imagine just leaving $100K lying around your hotel room.
Must be nice.
Oh my God!
Wasn't the hotel room; it was their apartment. But
Okay.
but the
Either
same
way.
thing. Honest, just take your check home and Ozzy, you think you're depositing if you put it on your headboard? It goes in your bank account.
Ozzy's just keeping it to flex when chicks come over. Oops, I left that check out. My
Yeah.
bad. My bad. That one dropped out of my
There's a couple
pocket.
million in checks.
What a veteran, though.
You're
Never
right.
paid for anything.
Yeah.
Had no money.
Thank you guys for being a part of the show today. A lot of fun. Neal Rule is back tomorrow, so I will not be here. You
The
guys
president.
enjoy your weekend. I will be back Saturday night for the Lions post-game show. D-Mac, thank you for a fun couple days. Appreciate
Absolutely,
you.
Stick.
As always.
See everybody
Spencer and GK, appreciate working with you for the first time.
For sure.
And yeah, we'll see you tomorrow. And what's it called?
The final word.
Final word is next.
Oh,
Final word is
Ermanni
next.
and Edwards with Maz is next.